Hey guys, has this lockdown made you lose track of your fitness goals? Are you starting your resolution for 2021 and you want to lose weight but need some help? Introducing my affordable workout plans for men and women. With packages starting at $5, this offer can't be beat. Go to radicallatino.com to find out more. Hey guys, do you have a product you want more eyes on? Advertise with the Radical Latino Show with over 10K podcast downloads and the number 25 spot on the 55 All Latin podcast list. You'll want your product heard on everyone's phones and cars. Go to radicallatino.com/contacts and start advertising today.
Playing the Radical Latino Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands in the air for New York's very own.
Radical.
Latino is taking you to another level.
Radical Latino, you're buffing it.
You hear that? It's like the pulse of the street, a hole in the chest.
Yeah! Welcome to another episode, my people. Welcome to the Radical Latino Show. It's your host, the Radical Latino, aka number 17 on all Latin podcasts, aka Mr. Unsuable, for the 31st week running. What is going on? I hope everybody is doing great. I hope everybody's doing good. I hope everybody is, coming along fine with that whole, COVID situation. Some states are opening, some states already open 100%. I live in New York. That's not happening. Not anytime soon. Hopefully in the beginning of the summer, everything goes good or whatever the case is. But hopefully everybody is all good. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully everybody is all good. Now, I got a couple of updates. That I gotta talk about real quick. First of all, there's a lot of things that I'm doing behind the scenes. For y'all. So just stay tuned. A lot of things as I'm working on that is good, that y'all gonna like. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things that I'm working on. One of the things that I'm gonna give you guys maybe a small sneak peek is a new show. I'm partnering with somebody with a new getting a new show. So hopefully that comes together pretty soon. You know what I'm saying? So I'm partnering with somebody for a new show. Also, summer's coming up, so you know what that means. Summer's coming up, so that means new shirts for the summer. I did it last year, and I'm gonna do it this year. Shirts for the summer. It's gonna be a limited run. It's just gonna be for the summer. It's gonna be Latin empowerment shirts, Black and Latin unity shirts. When I ran it last summer, the most popular ones was the Latin Unity one and the Black and Brown Unity shirts. And other ones were popular too, but those are the most popular ones, right? So those are coming back with other new designs. So stay tuned for that, okay, guys? Stay tuned for that. I'm telling you, you guys are gonna like it. You're gonna love it. Hopefully everything comes together the way I hope it does. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully everything comes together the way I hope I want it to. Another thing I want to say real quick. There's a fake Radical Latino YouTube account out there. Just giving you guys a warning again. If you see me on channels or commenting crazy, starting fights and shit, that's not me. I don't go into people's channels starting fights, and then when they ask me to join the stream, I don't join. I'm gonna join. If I'm talking shit, I'm gonna say it in your face. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say it in your face. So just letting y'all know that shit that's not me. You know, it came into my attention that apparently this account is starting some beef based on my name with some other people that I don't even know and could care less about. And apparently they're catching the bait. I find it hilarious as shit. I find it funny as fuck because these people are getting fucking emotional just by my name just being there. They're getting emotional as fuck. I'm like, God damn, what the fuck is going on? I didn't think I stoked that much animosity on y'all. Like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just letting y'all know, if y'all see me, you know, an account that's like mine, commenting all crazy and stuff and just talking shit in the comment section, and it's not even my writing style, you know what I mean? Ignore it. Just ignore it. That's not me. They're just there to cause, you know, to cause beef with people that I don't know nothing about. I could care less about. I don't care who they are. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So just want to let y'all know. Also, somebody, well, not somebody, I'm gonna say their name. Hermano Perspective made 2 diss songs on me. 2 diss songs on me. And both of them are titled my name. You cannot find them on YouTube anymore. They're on BitChute. But I saved both of them just in case something happened. You know what I mean? And just to let y'all know, the shit, no disrespect to Hermano, man, the shit is trash. The shit is fucking trash. His joint is fucking trash. Pause. His diss song is fucking basura, bro. Just letting y'all know. So, I don't know. For the people close to me, I wrote something. And I recorded something just to see if it even sounds halfway decent. Certain people liked it. You know, they're like, it could be a little bit better. Certain people liked it. Maybe you should do this and this. So I'm working on something. And what I'll do is I'll work on it and I'll do something, you know, with it and all that. And once I finish it 100%, I'll put a little snippet out. And let me know if you guys want the shit out. You know, listen, I'm not a rapper. I don't rap, all right? I'm not a rapper. I don't rap, but hey, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. One more thing. To all my haters and non-supporters and people that just come into my shit just to thumb it down and all that other shit, listen. None of that shit y'all gonna do is gonna work, okay? I've been attacked since the time I came into the scene. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's radical season, baby. I'm not going nowhere, all right? Y'all little dirty motherfuckers ain't gonna do shit when you see me. And y'all ain't gonna stop me, all right? It is what it is. Best believe, I used to leave my comment section open for certain people to come in and criticize or whatever the case is, right? I'm to the point where I said, nah, fuck that. I'm deleting whoever. If you're not supporting me or you ain't on the same wavelength as me, that's it. It's over. You're blocked. You're blocked. You're gonna get one of those little dumbass channels and come at me again, and you'll get blocked again. You know what I'm saying? I don't got time for negative energy. I don't got time for negative people, and I don't got time for none of that shit. At the end of the day, I live rent free in y'all motherfuckers' heads. And I find that shit so fucking funny. Because y'all literally spend the whole fucking time and day discussing me. How I know? Because people in y'all little circle tell me the same shit. That's all y'all talk about. If it's not black people, it's me. I might not have 10,000 subscribers, but goddamn, the way people talk about me, might as well me a million. You know what I'm saying? If I had a dollar for every time motherfuckers talk shit about me, I'm telling you right now, I would not be having ads in my videos. You know what I'm saying? I'll be fucking rich. You know what I'm saying? But the funny thing is, these people come to seek me out. They subscribe to my shit, come to seek me out just to hate. It is what it is. At the end of the day, be a shadow stalker and leave me the fuck alone. But if you're gonna come at my shit on some hateful shit, you're gonna get blocked. You're gonna get deleted, blocked. It is what it is. I don't give a fuck. Alright, this is my shit. I run an iron fist, alright? On my shit. Alright, so with that being said, suck a dick. Anyway, to my let me go to last week's episode. I'm gonna read some of the comments. You know what I'm saying? Last week's episode was episode 135. Is it up to us to fix our stereotype? Right? So that's what our episode was. If you want your comment read on next week's episode, go to this week's episode on YouTube, episode 136. Write your comment down and I will read it next week. You know what I'm saying? So Julia says Becky seasoning the chicken. Is that possible? I guess so. yeah, I guess so. Truth says, oh my god, you're so long-winded. All right, Rolf. Okay, ha. Nobody laughed. Fucking asshole. No, let me stop. Decolonize Alexa says, it's all good, bro. Thinking that I was a girl. Yeah, with that word Alexis, bro. I don't know, man. But shout out to you. Good looking. Leatherface says there is no stereotype. Like you said, is a bunch of made up talking points to rationalize their own racism. I hope dude that makes those comments about black people is willing to die behind his words, because these are the type of words people die over. Yep. Just let's see. I don't know. Whenever I go to California, I'm gonna bring like 40 black dudes with me. Let's see if he's willing to stand behind what the fuck he says. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Johnny Mills says, radical Latino, that's why I try to stay away from the stereotypes. And thank goodness I did not watch the Lil Nas X disturbing music video. Great episode as always. Shout out to Johnny. Yeah, so a lot of people hit me up on the side. A lot of people hit me up behind the scenes on this episode right here, that it came to stereotypes. And a lot of people had a lot of things to say. You know what I mean? A lot of people had a lot of things to say. At the end of the day, at the end of the fucking day, the way I see it is, it's not our job to fix stereotypes, because they're gonna believe what they're gonna believe in their racist minds. You know what I'm saying? There's, you know how many people there's examples of not what they have the stereotypes of? Thousands, hundreds, thousands of people that don't show that type of stereotype, but yet they still believe it. So regardless, it doesn't really matter what you do. We should not at all, we should not be begging for other people's approval. That's weak. That's weak-minded shit. I don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, with that being said, let me just get into this interview. I interviewed Denisse. For those who don't know who Denisse is a Puerto Rican. I consider her an activist, somewhat of an activist, a Puerto Rican activist. She is a contributor to my live streams and some other people's live streams that she goes into, and basically speaks her mind and breaks her points down very well. You know, a little bit better than I do. So it is what it is with that. But she is a contributor to the live streams. And very controversial when it comes to the subject of empowerment and going against white supremacy. She doesn't like, I mean, she routs these races up. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, her fiance is a black man, Melanated Knight, who he interviewed me. Shout out to him. You know, he interviewed me. Great interview. I put it on my podcast on one of the one of the holiday specials. You know what I'm saying? Great interview. Shout out to him. And I truly believe the reason why some of these racists hate on her is because of that fact. And it's funny, and she even in the interview says that certain people that go against her publicly go to her DMs privately trying to kick it to her. You know what I'm saying? Which I find it hilarious. But there's a reason for that. You know what I mean? There's a reason for that. Because they want to be like, see, I took her away from a black man. And then they're going to try to turn this whole thing into the Hispanidad bullshit. Whatever. Anyway, let me stop being long-winded as Truth does all the time. and start the interview. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoy. Peace. Yo, what up, my people? Welcome back to another episode of the Radical Latino Show. Now, today is a very, very special episode because it's an interview episode. And you know, I always bring you special guests all the time, and it isn't any different now. So without further ado, I would like to present to you guys Denisse. What's going on?
Hi, what's up, Radical? How you doing?
I'm good.
Hi, everyone.
How's everything going with you?
Everything is good. How about you?
Pretty good. I wanted to make sure she said hi to all the people and the haters. You know what I mean?
Hi to everybody, the lovers and the haters, everybody.
Yes. So I brought Denisse, here for an interview because I want to get to know her a little bit more. For you guys to get to know her a little bit more, to understand where she's coming from, and also pretty much to discuss why she's pretty much not only she's loved in a certain part of YouTube, but also she's also very hated in another part of YouTube. I've seen certain people take clips from my show and re-uploading it, calling you a cold burner. I've seen certain live streams where people talk about you for 30 minutes straight.
Yeah, they're obsessed.
Yeah, apparently. So, I wanna give you the floor, right now. Okay, so I want to get to know you, who you are. Who is Denisse? You know what I mean? So, my first question for you is, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I was born in Rio Piedras, Puerto Rico, in the Centro Médico in 1987. And, my parents, they both live in La Muda en Caguas. And I lived basically my whole childhood up until I was 25 over there. And
Oh, wow.
yeah, I lived basically all of my youth in Puerto Rico. And I never wanted to leave, which is so crazy because I was always very patriotic. Like, I wanted to stay. But, seeing how the status that we have and how the politics are handled, and, how commerce still gets crashed and stuff. You go to college, you try to, advance, start your business, do stuff, and you can't. The economy is that bad because they will find ways to legislate things to block you.
Yeah.
Like, you can do manufacture now, and then 20 years from there, oh, now you can do manufacture, but for you to do manufacture, you have to produce this amount of things, and you're starting a small business. So, they found ways to block you, and I found myself with my sister in that situation in 2012, and we said, you know what, we have two options: either stay here and get a crappy job and stay there. And I had three jobs, and it was still not
Mm.
enough. Like, I
Damn.
used to I used to work in a radio station back when I was,
Really?
yeah, I used to work for Radio Sol.
Oh, okay.
And I had to leave everything behind. I said, you know what? I'm gonna start from zero. I'm gonna get a whatever job in the United States. I'm gonna have to ride the bus, walk, whatever. I packed my shit and went away. Never looked back. And I still want to come back, but I want to bring something to my people. I feel like it will be a disservice for me to come back empty-handed. So
Mm.
I do feel like I need to come back. I don't want to stay here in the States
Yeah.
because that was never my plan. My plan was to come back at least 10 years after. So, still
Mm.
have 2 more years left.
Got it, got it, got it, got it. 2012, was that the time with when the when no, it wasn't with Sandy, no, right? It was something else.
It
Uh
was it was okay. The elections basically were a mockery because we had two lousy options. We had Luis Fortuño and Alejandro Garcia Padilla.
Really, it really sounds like something like we got over here.
Oh
two
yeah,
lousy
definitely.
two lousy options.
What a coincidence, right?
Yeah.
But it was, I mean, I've been an independentista my whole life. Like,
Okay.
I'm not gonna. And there was a point, not to be messed up, when I wasn't. I was pro statehood, but the more I submerge myself into studying my history and seeing how this whole status quo just hang my people in every aspect, I started to resent the system and the government, the way it was constructed for us.
Mm.
And I thank God I left before the oversight board was implemented, because we went from having an oversight board that regulates how our money is spent,
Yeah.
and then as the years pass, they went from advising to commanding to now
Mm.
penalizing our government if they don't do what they do. So it's been
Mm.
like they're closing in as years pass by. So if I
Mm.
wouldn't have left, I really don't know where I would be today, to be honest with you.
Oh shit.
I really wouldn't know, because it's really crazy.
No, no, of course, of course, of course. Um, wow. So tell me the time that you worked at in the radio station. How did that come about?
It started with my mom. Like, when I graduated very early from high school, like at 15, I was already out, and at 16, I was already in college. Right?
What? Wait, wait, for real?
Yeah, I was the only college student that could not drink, and everybody would invite me. Oh, let's just go play pool and drink something. I was like, I can't. I'm at 16.
That's hilarious. Uh-oh, wait, let me find out. You're a little mini genius. Uh-oh.
No, no, not a genius. I would say, because that's the thing. A lot of people think, like, I know I come across as a know-it-all, but in reality, it's because
Yeah.
I used to like to read a lot.
You're
And
I don't see you as a know-it-all. I see you as well informed.
yeah, because I like to read everything. I think I'm very nosy, and that has led me down a path of knowledge.
like most women. Continue.
Yeah, definitely. But instead of, like, following my partner all around, I just decided to just follow books.
Okay. Gotcha.
But I like to read everything I come across.
Okay.
And that's why, but to be honest with you, I started going to school and I wanted to be a lawyer. and it was amazing. After I started studying in San Juan, but then I moved to Aguadilla, to the Universidad Interamericana, and I stayed there. And the more I went through it, the more I was like witnessing how the justice system works. And I don't know what happened, but it was something in me that I said, you know what, this is not my career path. I don't want to do this.
Mm.
First, my first passion is music, and
Okay.
second, I decided to do something for my people,
Yeah.
but the system is rigged to actually make our people suffer and not get the justice they deserve. And also, even if they do, if you put somebody behind bars and say, you know what, the rehabilitation and the correction system does not work, we don't need any more proof than the proof
Yeah.
we have to
You're right.
determine that nobody comes out rehabilitated from it.
Yeah.
So I stopped believing in the system, and I said, then I need to get out of here.
Mm.
And that's when I took a hiatus. I was like, you know what, I'm too young. I only have 1 year left in this university, and then I'll be going to law school. And I really don't want to be here. And I remember going against my mom. My mom told me my career was going to be stupid if I decided to go into music. I don't care. She even made me sign a letter saying that my career was stupid. But
Wow. I want you to visualize it and believe it that it's dumb. That's hilarious.
but I mean, she raised me like this.
Yeah.
At the
So
end of
why
the
is she
day,
surprised?
yeah,
Why are parents surprised? I just don't know.
I
My
don't get it.
my dad is like, why are you always talking about white supremacy and care about the Latin people? These people don't care about you. People don't care about this whole political thing. And I'm like, you kind of made me this way, so that's your fault. You know?
No, but seriously, my mom did everything possible, and my father, to educate me musically.
Mm.
I was part of the Conservatorio de Música de Puerto Rico.
Uh-huh.
I was singing gospels in church through my
Uh-oh.
whole life. They
Uh-oh.
put me in ballet classes. They taught me how to play piano.
Wait, hold on. So you were singing in church. Does this mean that the does this mean that one of the roots of your Hispanidad was being
I was not a Catholic. I
Oh,
was
okay.
more
So you're not Latina. According to
no,
certain people, you're not Latina then.
no, I was a Seventh-day Adventist. I was born and raised a Seventh-day Adventist.
Even worse, even
Yeah,
worse.
it's even worse. Trust me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's a cult.
Oh, okay. Well, what religion is it? What religion is it,
Yeah, for
right?
sure, for sure.
What religion is it? But continue. Uh-huh.
That's so it's like I said to her, like I don't care. And my sister already started going to college for TV production and cinematography. So I told her,
Okay.
do you think I can do this? Because I started doubting myself a lot. And she was like, do you feel like you can? And I was like, yeah, I think I have a shot. And she's like, then go for it. And I was like, okay, then
Mm.
that's it. And the next day I went to college and I went to Bayamon. I was like, you know what? This is what I want to go to school for. And this is my transcription. Let's just start getting this together. And I graduated at 23 years old. And I
Wow.
became a sound engineer instead of a lawyer. And I mean,
Wow.
I think at some point I'm gonna finish, because I don't like to leave stuff unfinished like that, even though
Yeah.
I will probably not even use that degree.
Yeah.
But eh, I think I'm better in music because I can say whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah. True.
And I don't have to go home pissed off like with criminal
True.
justice,
See, the thing is, there's a lot of things that people do, especially in the arts, that's very therapeutic. You
Yeah.
know, a lot of people don't understand. It takes a certain passion, and also it takes a certain part of the brain that clicks, and says, "Okay, I'm gonna dedicate part of my life to this." The
Yeah.
same thing with exercising. The same thing with singing and painting and sculpting. it's therapeutic for somebody because you just lose yourself in the craft that you're doing, you know?
Of course, of course. There's a lot of things that I could say, even though I consider myself very efficient in my communication. There was a time in my life where I was more closed up, and my
Yeah,
only language would be music.
really.
Yes, because I went through so much shit when I was young,
Yeah.
and I could not understand most of the things that were happening to me through ages 13 to 17, I would say. I
Mm,
went from realizing my parents might divorce, to my
yeah.
cousin committing suicide, and I was only 15.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, I could not understand that. And I started having like a lot of nightmares. And then I
Yeah.
started rebelling against the church,
Mm.
and my parents were freaking out.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Which is why I have delayed having kids till
Yeah.
now. But
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I know my
Uh-oh.
kids will be
These people are gonna use that against you now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is the reason why that you're not having any kids. The reason why, so
yeah, I was not an easy kid. I had many questions. I questioned everything.
yeah, me too. I was the
You
same way. Same way.
I'm very annoying. I realize now like how much patience my parents needed to have.
Yeah, I'm not annoying at all.
Oh my god, I'm annoying. I think you are. I think we should ask your parents. I think you are.
Ask my parents. I think you should ask my teachers. My teachers had a whole laundry list of
Oh
things that I
wow.
used to do.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, I used to be the class clown in every grade I was in, and I
Damn.
used to be in the back making like duck noises when
Mm-hmm.
the teacher used to turn around. I would just be like, "Quack," saying doing stupid shit
Jesus
just
Christ.
so I could get people to laugh.
You were worse than me then.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
Cause at least at least I mean teachers did like me. The thing is that the fights that I will have with them were different. Because I mean, growing up I think I was like a weirdo.
Yeah.
Because to be honest with you, like for example, I remember I had a science teacher in the ninth grade, and my parents wanted to teach me and my sisters because we were becoming spoiled brats because they put us to private school our whole lives, and they were like, you guys need to understand where you come from. We're making sacrifices so that you and your sister can have a proper education, and that's expensive, but because you guys think you're getting entitled because you're in that circle, we're gonna put you in public school for like 2-3 years. And oh my
Mm.
god, oh my god. And then my mom is a teacher for the public system. Later on she
Ah.
became a counselor, and she you know treats people in their mental health situations and stuff. But oh my god, those 3 years were the worst because I was the kid of a teacher, and then I did not get, I didn't have any friends in that public school because to me I could not relate to them. I was like, I don't
Mm.
understand these kids. They come from the projects. They don't talk to me. I don't understand their lifestyle. And I think all of those things contributed to me understanding things that I did not live through,
Yeah. Okay.
because I could see them, but I was like, I wish I could talk to them, but I don't know what we can talk about.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
never in my life wanted to feel like that ever again. So
Mm.
I started just, yeah, and they did not like me because my mom was a teacher and she was very strict.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, that's Villegas kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's Mrs. Villegas
Yeah.
kid. So it was really tough. And then when I came back to school, to private school, I had this teacher that wanted to teach us like a formula, and I was like, I learned this formula in a different way that will skip me 3 steps of what you're teaching me. So she gave us the test, and I did all of my exercises like that, and she gave me an F. And I went home and I told my dad, like, hey, because my parents took grades very seriously.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because they were paying for private school,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
if you came home with a C, oh my God, you were gonna have a whooping.
Mm.
So I told my dad, no, like she graded me like this because I use my own personal formula, which is faster, and she want me to do it in a different way. So she claims that I copy from somebody else. So my dad had to go over there and solve the issue. And she was like, no, like, I mean, if she can make 6 exercises here in front of me, then I will grade her an A. And I was like,
What?
okay. Okay, I said, shoot it. Shoot me with them.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did them. And my dad was like, okay, she did them. And she's like, oh, well, I'll give you a B because still you did not follow procedure.
Oh my
And
god.
after that,
Listen. That's just because I'm gonna tell you right now. That's just because that's adult ego. Okay,
yeah, for sure, for
that's
sure.
all it is adult ego. Adult ego. That is so fucked up.
She was
Oh
so
man.
she was so petty.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
She
yeah,
was
yeah,
really, really petty. I mean, I don't want to speak ill of her because she passed recently, but
yeah.
man, that teacher, oh, Miss Maldonado was, oh my God, she was petty when she wanted to. But overall, I want to say I had one of the good things about my childhood and my teenage years is my education. And
Mm,
yeah, I had sour moments and stuff, but I'm very thankful to my parents that they made that sacrifice
yeah.
because it,
Okay.
it paid off. It paid off.
Yeah. So you got basically a radio education class or whatever the case is, or education but never pursued it or something.
That's so crazy because I did not study. When you go to college to
Yeah.
study for audio engineer or sound engineer, like it's my degree, they do not teach you how to do radio.
Mm,
As if it's obsolete.
yeah.
They teach you digital consoles, monolith consoles. They teach you the business part. They teach you the engineering part, which involves like a shitload of math.
Yeah.
And basically, they leave radio out. So my mom is like, since you want to do audio, why you don't go and ask? Because I saw this job in the paper.
Yeah.
Why you don't go and ask them for a job? And I was like, Mom, I just started school on this stuff. Like, how am I gonna go in there and tell them? She's like, that's not how my generation got jobs. We
Yeah.
walk into places and ask for stuff and annoy people until we got it. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, but this is a different generation. She's like, I don't care.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So I went over there and they were asking me all kinds of shit. And I was like, yeah, 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 definitely. And there was a point when I remember William Irizarry, the manager of the station, was like, you don't know what I'm talking about. I was like, you know what? I don't know anything about radio. But I will tell you this. I'm a fast learner and I'm willing to come here for free.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, you over here making deals and shit. Uh oh.
Yes.
Uh
And he
oh.
literally looked at me like, you're willing to come here for free. I was like, and on weekends.
Yeah.
And he's like, on weekends? And I was like, yeah, I'll come here on weekends and learn for free. But in reality, my school and job was during the week. So, of course,
Yeah.
weekends, I had them off.
Yeah.
And I had to go. They hired me in May, and it wasn't until July of 2011 that they let me on the master control by myself.
Really?
Yeah, it took me 2 months to learn, and they taught me really well. And
Wow.
after that, I was there for almost 3 years. Almost 3 years
What?
until I left in 2013 to come here to California.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What? Oh, so you mean to tell me you could basically start engineering a person's album right now, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
But
I'm over here thinking that I'm doing big things with my little podcast. You over there with engineering degree. Goddamn.
I mean, but it's more like sound and stuff,
Yeah.
It's more like at least, I mean, it depends. They teach you everything, but you pick up what you want to do, if that
Of
makes sense.
course. No, no, of
Like
course.
there's people that pick more interest in doing ADR and sound effects for movies and for marketing and stuff. There's some people that are very good at mixing and mastering stuff. There's some
Of
people
course.
that are very good engineers. My area that I like the most is producing, and
Got it. Got it.
so that's like my area of expertise. Now
Gotcha.
I want to get into writing my own music, which is a project that I'm doing right now. But
Oh, you doing the mixtape? Uh-oh.
I'm thinking about releasing an EP actually. So wish me luck.
Really? Is it
Yeah.
gonna be R&B? Is it gonna be
Oh, that's a surprise.
wait.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'll drop a hint.
Okay.
It does have a rhythm that I like a lot, which is Afrobeat,
Okay.
but it has more stuff.
All right.
It's still
Yo,
gonna have that Latin
if you
flavor.
want if you want me to rap in it, just let me know. You know what I'm saying? I could try. I could try. I could try.
Okay.
I could try to do my little 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Turn my headphones up. Turn my headphones up. so let me ask you, why did you want to become a lawyer in the first place?
Because I've seen so many injustice committed to our people
Yeah.
because they don't have access to proper defense.
Mm,
And unfortunately, in Puerto Rico, there's no racism like here, but they use classism.
yeah. Okay.
And if you don't have the money to afford a good defense, they will mess you up. And I'm seeing a lot of people get messed up. And I wanted to actually help my people, but then I realized I think I can help them more if I bring them better jobs.
Got it.
So I said, the system will be the system, and we have to fight it with money. And
Yeah.
that's what started this whole 180 on what I was doing. I
Yeah.
felt like I felt like a hypocrite actually studying the law.
Really?
you know yeah, because I did not believe in the system. So whenever we were in class or I had to do like a paper or something like that, I was like, oh my god, like I don't know how I changed from the person that started college in the shed and to this person right now, because it was a complete different mindset
Yeah.
you know and we've
Wow.
seen it. I don't know if you're familiar with the Casellas case, which is one of the cases that really threw me off. This dude killed his wife, blamed two intruders that allegedly came, and it turns out that it was him with his own gun because she asked him for a divorce. And
What?
he was the son of a federal judge. So they started getting rid of a lot of evidence,
Wow.
and literally shortly after that, his trial started. They convicted him. He was guilty. They convicted him for life in prison, and he got off last year because with the new ruling and the precedent that we have here in the United States, I believe it was Oregon.
Yeah.
If the whole jury does not find you guilty of the crime, you have not been proven guilty beyond reasonable doubt.
Really?
So yes, so there's, for example, in Oregon, they did not decided to apply this new precedent in bad cases, but in Puerto Rico, our legislator is so mediocre that they decided to apply it back. And I want to believe that it was because they felt they were doing some good, but in reality, we all know it's because they got paid.
Yeah.
So it applied to him, and he's out.
Wow.
He's out.
Wow.
and
Wow.
and we've
Wow.
seen
Wow.
cases like that. There was a 9-year-old kid that was killed by his wealthy mother, and we haven't seen shit yet. And that was 2009. That was the case that I was like, I'm out. I can't. A
Yeah.
9-year-old, no, I'm out.
Yeah. And now there's like femicide going over there and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it's too much. It's like you're
Yeah.
not. You realize that that's not the right battle. You know.
Yeah. No, most definitely. So
Yeah.
so how was it coming to America? What was the culture shock? Because you came, you usually people we usually Puerto Ricans go to New York. How come you decide to go to Florida?
So
I mean, I'm sorry,
California.
California. I'm sorry, California, California.
Basically because of what I went to school for, and my
Okay,
sister too, because I came here with my sister, and there's more jobs here for media and stuff. Anyway, but the cultural shock. What can I say? I still haven't found. I mean, there are good things about California, but in reality, I don't like living in the city.
really?
Yeah, here there's way too many noises. The quality of the air is not good,
Yeah.
and people are weird.
Mm.
And even a lot of my friends in Puerto Rico used to tell me, "There's a lot of weird people in California. Go
Yeah.
somewhere else." I was like, "No, I need to go there. That's
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
jobs
Yeah.
are."
Yeah.
And I came here the first night, man. It was. I told my sister when I landed at the airport, as soon as we walked out and we saw California for what it was, I was like, "Where the fuck is the glamour?"
Mm-hmm.
They sell you this state as this glamorous, shiny penny. It's like a new penny, and when you come here, this is a clusterfuck
Yeah.
where people are suffering, everybody's
Yeah.
broke, everything is expensive. There's like a I remember the first time I had to pass by Skid Row. I immediately started crying because to me it was very difficult to understand why we will have people on the street and nobody was helping them.
Damn.
So it was really weird for me to do that because in Puerto Rico we have homeless people, but it's a smaller population and people always try to do something for them.
Yeah.
And if you know you have a family member on the street, you try to reach out to them so they can come home.
Yeah.
In here, it's like they're, and I was like, these people are, we're somebody's baby,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
they're in the street, like as if they were a piece of furniture or trash. Like it
Yeah.
was, it was really hard for me to,
Yeah.
cope with seeing that shit. It took me several years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna. I'm gonna go into another direction now.
Got it.
With the interview. The reason why people might not like you. This is where we're gonna start going into it. You're very outspoken, especially when it comes to race issues here in America, race relations.
Mhm.
Um, and especially with the unity that you also see the positivity of unity between Black and Latin people.
Yeah.
When did that start for you?
Look, I would say it started. I mean, I was raised like this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna explain. Uh, my mom used to explain to me how there was like in Puerto Rico with the sugarcane workers, there was slaves here in America. And
Yeah.
she would play me movies like A Time to Kill, like Rosewood. She will
Mm,
explain to me how the Ku Klux Klan existed and what they did, and they killed people that looked like me and her and my dad and my sisters.
yeah.
And that used to get me so angry.
Mm,
And when I came here, like at first it was really hard for me to like actually realize how sadistic this shit was.
mm,
And the more I started making friends and seeing, because at first I was like, oh, I'm just gonna stay on my lane, and I make friends with, other Latinos and blah blah blah. And I could see it in people. I could see how people would profile you.
yeah.
And it took me, I would say, 2 3 years to actually catch on that shit. I was like,
Really?
yeah. And the more, because at first when people used to tell me, and I tell this to my fiance all the time, I was like, I'm too dark for the Latinos, too light for the African American. So I'm in a social limbo here in LA.
Yeah.
But at least you don't get the blatant racism out there, the anti-blackness.
Yeah.
Because like I was saying
It's
the other
it's more
day,
it's more in Latin America. It's more under the table though.
Yeah, it's covered. I call it
Yeah.
covered racism.
Yeah. Even though it's still not good, it's still
Oh
not
no,
good.
no,
No. But
no.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's like very subtle, but still it feels the same way. You still get angry about it.
Yeah.
So they will tell me like they will look at me and they talk to me in English, right? And I will see how they will struggle. And I was like, ¿Me puedes hablar en español? Yo hablo español. And they would be like, oh, hablas español, es que te miras negrita. And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, soy negrita.
Yeah.
And they will be so confused.
Yeah. That's funny.
And they're like, how so? And I'm like, in Puerto Rico, there's a chill lot of people that look like me. What do you
Yeah.
think Puerto Ricans look like? And they were
Yeah.
like, oh, tengo que irme para Puerto Rico, entonces, yeah, you have to.
Yeah. It's maybe because I don't know, maybe because I'm in the East Coast. I've seen Puerto Ricans that look darker than you, like you, lighter than you. Same thing with Dominicans. Same thing with Ecuadorians, Salvadorians. The
Yeah.
thing is, I've interacted with more Caribbean Latin people than
Okay.
I've interacted with Central and South American Latin people for the most part. So I could definitely tell, my people apart. You know what I mean? But to me, it's really easy to see a Mexican. Really easy. It's not that hard. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I still struggle with. That's why I asked Stephanie the other day. I'm like, what are the tells? Because I still struggle with identifying who is who. Like,
Yeah.
unless they tell me, that's why I always ask them. And I'm like,
Yeah.
where are you from exactly? Because I
Yeah.
don't want to call you something
Because
you're not.
when I went to California,
Mhm.
they knew I was Latino, but they didn't know what type of Latino I was. Because they're like, wait a minute, we know you're not Mexican. So like what are you? You know what I'm saying? So I had to
Yeah.
like break it down to them and stuff like that. But I definitely see what you're talking about.
They assume I'm Cuban. Everywhere I go.
Mm,
Everywhere I go
mm,
and they see me, they assume I'm Cuban.
that's funny.
It's hilarious. Like
That's funny.
legit hilarious. I'm like, we really claim something we don't have, which is unity. We don't know each other. We don't
Yeah.
know each other at all.
Yeah, and you in one of the live streams you spoke about this illusion that Latin people are a monolith. Can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, I feel like, look, we like to, I think we all came together because of the name that was imposed on us, but we are the
Yeah.
only place in the world, the only collective in the world that, because our diasporas are forced to be one in the states, the countries are supposed somehow to be one collective too.
Yeah.
I don't see that with European people.
That's absolutely
You don't see
100%
that with
true because
Asians.
you know why? The funny
What?
thing is I've heard other non-Latin people, like white people, black people, even Asians, say Mexicans do this. You guys don't do that, and I'm like, no, we don't. What? No, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And let's say if I say for example, I was in Ecuador. We have this for New Year's we burn like this piñata looking thing, but it's not a piñata, but el año viejo, so we burn like the straw man looking thing.
Uh-huh.
I told this to a white dude and he said, so all Latin people do that? I'm like, no, it's only in Ecuador. And he was like completely confused because again it's this illusion of all of us in one blanket.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like, you can tell, like, even the stigma of me dating my fiance, it was like that
Yeah.
because that is
We're
the
gonna get into that. We're gonna get into it.
oh,
But go ahead. Go ahead.
that is the image that it's imprinted in people because okay, out of the 52 million Latinos that we have in the United States, it's a minority. 36 million are Mexican. So everybody else is
Yeah.
a minority.
Yeah.
Everybody else is a minority. So whatever they do as a collective, that's what we all gonna be
Yeah.
said or guilty of doing. We barely have any say. Puerto Ricans are 0.4% of the population. We're very
Damn.
small. We're not even like a significant number.
God damn.
But it is what it is.
Yeah, no, no, you're absolutely right. So, what do you think about this Black and Latin unity? Do you think it's something that is going to happen? That it should happen? Do you think it's strong? Is it weak? If it's weak, how can we make it stronger? And if it's strong, when did it become strong? In your opinion?
Um, I believe it's positive and it's possible. Now, being realistic, right? Um, I think it's gonna be a fraction of our communities that are gonna come together.
Of course.
We can't we're not a monolith, right? And we're not affected the same way, and not everybody thinks the same way. And so people just want to hang on to the white privilege that they have, even if it doesn't mean a full bill of rights, because
Yeah.
they have an advantage.
Yeah.
So I don't count with their support. I feel that Afro Latinos and Latinos that are more indigenous looking and stuff like that, they will be more on board with the union. And the same goes for African Americans. There's some African Americans that feel that they don't need to unite with us, and there's a big group that feels that, yeah, we should stay united. And I think, yeah, it's going to be a percentage of both of our minorities, of both of our communities, that are going to come together, and it's getting stronger. I feel that after last year, it's getting stronger. Now, what can we do is what we're doing right now: speaking out, calling out racist people in our communities, pointing out and explaining how our communities work with the anti-blackness, creating awareness of the stuff that we're living through, and keep on spreading the right message, because there's a lot of misinformation out there that leads people into believing, oh, black people are just whining, and we just whining too, we're lazy, let's just whip ourselves on the back and continue doing the work for white supremacists, and that's what has leave us in this position.
Yeah.
you know.
In your opinion, why do you think certain Latin people like to adopt white supremacist ideology and white supremacist practices?
Look, that brings me to Paris versus Sharp.
I'm
And
sorry, Paris versus what's that?
Paris versus Sharp is the first interracial case that happened here in 1948 in California.
Oh, okay. I
And it
thought
was
I thought it was
loving. No, it was Paris versus Sharp. And
okay.
I'm gonna go a little deep on this.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Take your time, my sister. Do what you gotta do.
Because I mean, this still my something I enjoy, right? But when you analyze that case, there is a reason why Perez versus Sharp, even though it was 10 years before Loving versus Virginia, it did not got as much attention, because it was a Mexican lady that had an African American boyfriend, and they went to the church to seek approval for their marriage. The church granted them the approval. And when they went to ask for a marriage license at the county, they were denied because the she was deemed a white person because of her Spanish heritage, and he was a Negro. So
Got it. Got
the
it.
defense in that case decided that because he could not sue, she had to sue. That's why it's Perez versus Sharp, which is the county clerk. So the defense won that case and granted them their marriage license because she included the church, and because the church determined that their marriage was viable and they were allowing it to happen. The court also ruled in her favor. Now, this stay latent for 10 years until Loving marries his wife in Virginia and they go to jail. But they also use this as a precedent for their marriage.
Yeah.
And eventually, well, we know what happened after, they got granted freedom and all the stuff,
Yeah.
and the charges were dropped and all that. But initially, it was a Latina and an African American man that decided, we're not going to let this imposed
Yeah.
whiteness, you know,
Well, the same thing with
come
the
in between us.
yeah, same thing with the school discrimination. It was a Latin
Yeah,
person who did it.
yeah, actually both of them were used in the Loving case. if
Yeah.
you if you look at the transcripts of the Loving versus Virginia case, you will see Perez versus Sharp as a precedent, and also Brown versus the Department of Education.
Yeah.
So with that being said, the white supremacy, or the white privilege that was given to Latinos was very strategic to,
Mm.
to make us feel like you're not as bad as the Negro, you're better than the Negro. And even though you're the bastard of Spaniards left behind because they did not give us any wealth or land or anything like that,
Yep. Yep.
right?
They went, raped our land and left us there. They're like,
They
go
did
ahead.
not give us anything. Our
Yeah.
art is folklore and their art is fine art,
Yep.
right? And we have no claim to it. So they gave us, okay, you're the bastards, so you're granted half of the privilege or a third of the privilege, right? So what they were looking for was to subdue the African Americans even further,
Mm.
because
By
that law,
creating a buffer class.
and not only that, I mean, to a certain degree, yes, because look, white people, that was in the 1850s first. White
Yeah.
people were not supposed to marry black people because it would represent that they will have to change and divide their estate, their
Yeah.
wealth, their last name, and their heritage.
Yeah.
Now, if Latinos that share the white privilege, right, you're not as high as white, but you're in between the
Yeah.
blacks, so you're the ham of the sandwich. You
Yeah.
have half the privilege. But if you marry a black person, then they will enjoy half the privilege,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
because it doesn't matter what you say when you are in a partnership with somebody. Wherever you go, that person goes,
Yeah.
you
That's
know
true.
and you're always going to use your privilege to cover that person whenever they don't have that privilege.
That's true.
It's like I was discussing with my fiance, like, I don't care about using my third third percent of white privilege to cover you if
Yeah.
we're in a situation where you're being disrespected.
Yeah. Remember, but this is something I've told my ex one time. And I was talking about going to Ecuador and her coming over, me bringing her over there, and meeting my family and stuff like that. So I told her, I said, listen, here in America, we have to understand something. I do have a certain amount of privilege that I'm allowed to have, but it's up to their discretion.
Yeah.
I'm only allowed to have it when they allow me to have it. It's up to their discretion.
It is
Um,
true.
and it depends on how darker I am or lighter I am from the
Mhm.
person's point of view. When I'm in Latin America, best believe I am going to be part of that, white supremacist class,
Yeah.
even if I don't like it. And I had to explain it to her. Best
Yeah.
believe if something goes down, I'm gonna have to get half my privilege and get you out of something or whatever. Because mind you, my ex Jamaican, crazy dark skin, right?
Yeah.
So I had to explain it to her, like, listen, this is what it is, and she's like, she couldn't understand it, because even though she understands that white supremacy is a global thing,
Mhm.
why would it be affected differently from America to South America?
Hmm.
And I told her, I said, the thing is that everything is race related here, and everything is race related, but under the table.
Yeah.
Everything is class. So once you see that you're from America and you're not as dark, but not as light, but you're like in between.
Yeah.
They still hold you up in that caste system. So
Mhm.
I had to break it down to her to the point where she was like, "Oh shit, I didn't know that." I was like, "Yeah, this is deep. This goes deep."
Yeah.
But so yeah, you were telling that to your fiance, and what was his response?
Yeah, we were basically talking about that stuff because he's the one who helped me understand the day to day of the African American.
Mm,
I I have to, and that's I came to understand my own white privilege because I remember
that's
when we got
right.
together,
That's
we got
right.
we got together. I used to tell him, but baby, was somebody racist to you today? Like how many racist encounters you had today? And he will look at me and he'll be like, I'm gonna go to work. And he will just let me be. But something in me wanted to find the answers, and
Yeah.
I started looking at the treatment, the laws, the lack of education on purpose, the fact that they give them thirds in their grocery stores in their neighborhoods, how they push crack in even our neighborhoods, because I know Puerto Ricans suffer from that a lot.
Yeah.
And I mean, I had an aunt, not to be messed up, right? But she's in the East Coast, and you know how in the East Coast Puerto Ricans, there's a lot of crack in our community,
Yeah.
and heroin too.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So we started having uncomfortable conversations.
Well, I also, not to cut you off, but I just found out that meth, the drug meth, I thought it
Hmm.
was a white issue. Apparently, Mexicans are getting hooked on meth. I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
over here, yes, and it's sad to see them because I'll give it to Mexicans. Mexicans will take whatever job at whatever hour in whatever conditions. And when you see them broke down because of this fucking drug, that's the saddest thing you can see.
Yeah,
That's the
yo,
saddest
that's
thing you
crazy.
can see. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, shout out to my
So,
Mexicans, man.
yeah,
Y'all
yeah,
saying
definitely.
shout out to my Mexicans. But continue.
Yeah. So yeah, we started having uncomfortable conversations, and I came across a book. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called White Fragility.
What? I'm sorry. It's called what?
White Fragility.
White? Frig- No,
Look for
I
it.
never heard of
Trust
it.
me, it'll change your life,
Really?
because it was thanks to that book, and I have not finished the book, right? But it was thanks to that book that I started understanding, and it was written by a white dude.
Really?
Yes, that I started to understand why people that have white privilege and white supremacist views
Uh-huh.
get so triggered when people are trying to fight for equality.
Really?
And I'm like, shit, this is me. I need to and I was not even aware of it, because in my mind I'm like, I'm here for you. Like I want to protect you, and I want to support you, and I want to, be with you in your struggle as an
Yeah,
African American man here in the United States.
yeah.
But I just did not know how.
Ah,
So it
because
was
you were a secret white supremacist. No,
no.
let me say that. No, no, no.
No, it's because I never had to fight racism.
Yeah.
I never, and
And
partially,
and that's our issue in the Latin community. We need to
yeah,
learn how to do so.
I did not know, because in Puerto Rico nobody cares if you're lighter or darker. Yeah, we
Yeah,
make the connotation of like negrito or you're conta quinte and whatever, but it's like a almost like a sexy thing, like an halago, like a flattering thing.
yeah,
It's never, your blackness is looked upon as exotic.
yeah, yeah,
Now, you don't feel the same sentiment here. You're not exotic.
yeah,
And I mean, I'm still exotic to people, but I mean, the African American people are not.
yeah.
And if they're not considered human beings, then none of us can. Because just because they are the ones living through injustices, we cannot throw a blind eye.
That's true.
And I said to myself, I mean, I don't know if it's the inner lawyer in me, But when I started reading that shit and looking at the redlining and seeing what they did in freaking Oklahoma in the 1920s, I said, you know what, this is it.
Yeah.
The last tolerance that I have for white people went to shit.
Really?
Yeah, it did. And I don't hate them, which is why I was telling Brotep the other day. I don't hate them. I just can't trust them. So I'm not gonna be a hypocrite and say, "Oh yeah, you know, I accept
No,
everybody."
I don't hate them either. I just don't want them around me.
Yeah,
No,
because I mean, it's a normal reaction,
yeah.
you know, because we were colonized in 1493 by white people,
Mm-hmm.
and then we were recolonized in 1898 by white people,
Yeah.
and then
I wanna ask you after you're done. I wanna ask you the why do you think some people are out here trying to differentiate white people with the Spaniards? Because when I say white people, and saying, calling the Spanish white people, they're like, well, Spaniards aren't white. You know what I mean? They
of
try to
course
do
they
that.
are.
Of course, they try to do that little trick, but I'll ask you that after you finish with your statement.
So and then I was like, I saw my man, and I was like, I could not picture. It was like my heart broke like massively because
Yeah,
I could not picture that, because of the things that I love about him, which is that he resembles my dad. You know, my dad is the same
yeah.
color. They both have a cute afro. And because of the things that I love in him, people will hate on him.
So
You
you
know?
tell me you're fetishizing him?
No,
Oh, let me stop.
no, those are the things that I find attractive about him physically.
Yeah,
But
I don't. That's a melanated night, man. I like.
yeah, I like him too a lot.
Shout
I
out.
mean, yeah, shout out to him. He's the OG. So literally it was something. It's changed something in me, you know, and that can only happen when you learn how to love
Of course.
an African American. And I think what can help us move forward always is moving with love,
Yeah.
you know. And I don't think, honestly, after hearing certain people from this YouTube groups and cults, I don't think there's love for people. Not for our people, not for African Americans.
Not to be on some funny shit, but I've never heard this type of rhetoric from these little YouTube fuckheads outside. Never.
Because they keep it covered.
Dude,
They keep it covered.
no, even when I speak to them in a personal basis,
Mhm.
never. And the thing is, um I actually want to meet one. I want to meet one of these little
Oh,
fuck
me too. Me too.
to really see what the superiority they have, and to really test that out. But so the way I see it, to be honest with you, the way I see it is the reason why I believe, this is me personally, I believe
Mhm.
that Latin people adopt white supremacist ideology is because deep down they know they're not white, so they want to get accepted. And the way to get accepted by white folks in their mind
Mhm.
is by being vitriolic and being overly
Overly
vitriolic.
white.
Yeah, overly vitriolic to black folks, and that's their, like, white pass. So as many racist things and many racist statements that they would say in their mind,
Mhm.
I think that they see it as, okay, this should give me a pass for white zaddy. This should
Yeah.
give me a pass for approval with this person, because I know I can't just be okay either way. I have to prove to him that I am, his lapdog. Because the funny thing is, I find the most racist people non-white. I find them saying the most racist things,
It is true.
the most racist ideologies, and the most racist statements. And
Yeah.
even racist people flat out listen, I got a Nazi flag and all this other stuff. Even they don't go out proving it to other white folks.
Yeah.
They could care less. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, they know that they're white. So
Yeah.
it shows as there's an insecurity and an identity crisis there that says you're faking and you're really going out of your way to prove your fakeness. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. For
That's
sure.
yeah, that's how I see it.
I just, I mean, I use my personal view. Probably, I mean, I think it's both radical, to be honest with you, because
Yeah.
if you think about it, if white looking Latinos don't speak, they pass for white.
Yeah, and it's so funny because I'm not trying to point or single nobody out, but when
Hmm.
certain white passing or light skinned Latin people,
Hmm.
when you speak about white supremacy and they claim that they're not racist, but they're the first ones getting offended by it,
Yeah.
it shows that they're full of shit.
Yeah, of course, because you're triggering, which is why they hate me so much. You know, because
let's let's get into that. Let's get into that. Let's get into that.
God.
Let's get into that. Well, why do you think they don't like you? And for some reason, I've seen this is what I've seen. I've seen attacks on you based on because who your you know who your fiance is, who you're engaged to, right?
Yeah,
Then I see attacks on you saying that you are anti-Latina, right? Then
yeah.
I see attacks on you saying that you like to cuck to black folks, right? Then I
Yeah,
see attacks on you saying that
calling me anti-Mexican. They
oh,
call me
yeah,
anti-Mexican too.
yeah. They say that you're a super a feminazi. They call you a feminazi. One person said in one of the comment sections that the only reason why you think like this is because you're dating a black person and a black person tricked you into believing this. So I'm here, you know, I'm reading all of this,
Yeah,
and the last thing which actually made me, you know, really
that's
laugh.
retarded.
Yeah, it's stupid, but it really made me laugh really hard. One person said that the reason why, not to you, but I'm just gonna say the statement.
Yeah, the
If
comment.
yeah, if a Latin person dates someone black, that means they have daddy issues, right? So to you, you just said that the reason why you with your fiance is because not only because you love him, is because it reminds you of who your dad is. So
Yeah.
that doesn't sound like daddy issues to me. But but now let me ask you, with all those comments and stuff like that, right?
Mhm.
Why do they not like you? Because everything that you say, I say pretty much, and that's the reason why they don't like me, or for whatever reason. But you take it one step further, and,
Yeah, with
and
me,
it's
it's
one
like
step further, and they go crazy. So why do you think so?
they get pissed off. I mean, it to me it has three parts, right?
Okay.
The first part is because I'm a woman, and I mean, I get it. The topic of a woman in Latin America being vocal amongst other males about what they're doing wrong. It's not. Listen, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be the one calling out this bullshit. But if I don't, then who will? If I don't join the side of the, resistance to the oppression, then who will? Because I'm not seeing
Mm,
a lot of people doing it. So I felt like I need to speak up because I'm gonna have kids that are gonna go through this shit. I have a man that's going through this shit. If my dad comes here to the United States, he has faced this shit. And the same way they killed George Floyd, they could kill my father.
yeah.
So that was what triggered me to start joining your streams and speaking out more and being very vocal. So I don't think that sits well with a lot of Latino men because unfortunately, as much as we like to say
She's
we have evolved,
the
our
machismo.
men are very machistas. The misogyny in Latin America is it's aggressive. So that's why I get insulted and looked upon as if I had like a strap on. But
Got
in
it.
reality is that you have to fight this like that. Not because you want to be, but because it's your duty. I feel like this is my duty.
Got it.
So until I see that the collective on the male side starts looking out for our best interest, they're gonna have to listen to this woman. And they're gonna have to listen to you, and they're gonna have to listen to everybody that talks about this stuff,
Yeah.
because they're not doing it.
Yeah. With that answer, I feel like you are anti-Latino. No, let me stop.
There's more, because I tell you it's divided in three. Now,
Yeah.
the aspect of, I have noticed their obsession with my men,
Yep.
and
Yep.
it's almost like an homosexual obsession,
It is.
you know.
It is. Yeah. It is. And the thing
And
it's the same thing because they constantly, it's so funny. They
yeah,
literally have nothing else to talk about but black people. But then when they meet somebody whose fiance is black, they want to attack you based on that. But then the things that they say about it, it's like, what? You
but
know,
do you know what's insane?
what's up?
Most of them are talking shit about my men, and I know what's up. Like I said, because I have them all in my DMs. I have them all sending me, following me on social media, trying to, get me to add them and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I'm like, I even put it on my Instagram. If you go to my Instagram, you will see it. If I don't know you, I won't add you.
Yeah.
Because every day I get 15, 20 freaking followings from the same people that are on the internet telling me shit about my man. I'm like,
The thing
come
is,
on.
see, the thing is, you get, and I bet you get like flirtation comments like
Oh my God, yes.
you're a sellout, but hey, can we go out for dinner? You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
That's what you get. Those same people tell me to go fuck myself. Those same people tell me to die. I think today
Yeah.
somebody sent me like 4 pictures of beheading photos,
Oh wow.
random beheading photos, and I'm like, I'm blocking you. What the fuck? Like that's
People
weird.
are so weird. And
Yeah,
and and it's like a racial dirty macking to a certain degree.
pretty much.
And and if you think about it, it's something I said. I have nothing against Latin men, because the whoever knows me knows that I love my father to death. Like if he's in danger, I will give my life for him to live, even though I'm his child and he won't allow it. But and I don't want him ever to be in jeopardy, and I don't want this world to be hostile to him. But I have my own father vetting the man that I'm with, and he's the one who approved of the man that I'm with.
Mm.
So, he even told me, don't be very careful with who you date out here when I was 17, because he told me you can get killed for stupid shit. That's
Yeah,
how things are going in Puerto Rico.
yeah.
And I listened to him and I was like, you know what? Like I count, and I think Latin men, even though they have beautiful qualities, I feel like there's a big, large chunk of Latin men that haven't evolved past a stage when it
Mm.
comes to relationships. And now that they feel entitled to the Latina woman, because we used to be extremely loyal to them. And well,
Well, you are our property, so. Oh
yes,
no.
that was the mentality. That's what I'm saying. But if you look at the statistics, you will see that every year 4,000 Latino men kill 4,000 Latino women. And when you have numbers
Why?
like that,
Because
yes, a
you know
year.
why? Because they didn't stop talking. That's crazy. No.
Because they joined the streams. No, not to be messed not to be messed up. But I had a Colombian dude tell me that shit.
Really?
Yes, I follow this couple that is an African American dude and a Colombian chick. It's called Andre and Andrea. They're on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
And he was genuinely asking why we are betraying Latino men and getting with African Americans. And I was like, dude,
Huh?
we get literally 4,000 Latinas get killed every year by their men. What do you expect? We literally don't want to be killed.
Yeah.
So we want to look for somebody that will
Now,
appreciate us
yeah,
and don't put us at risk, you know? If at least we're going to die, we're going to die trying.
yeah. Now let me ask you something. Because you hear the same thing in the Black American community, in the divestment community. You hear the same thing. 4,000 black women die by 4,000 black guys, right? You hear the same thing, right?
It's not the same, to be
listen,
honest with you.
listen. Some of these people, they say the same exact thing. Some of the stories you can't even prove. I literally heard this one person said that there was a black dude that killed 4 of his girlfriends, ate one, and buried the other 3. And I'm over here doing my Googles. I cannot find that story. So I said, no, this person's lying.
Yeah, they're full
This,
of shit.
this person is lying, right? So now let me just go to the divestment community, the divestment black female community. They say the same exact thing. Now let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's different? People get different experiences, right? How come Latina women are dying by the hands of Latino men, but when Latino men date black women, nobody's dying, and vice versa? When Latina women are dating black men, no one's dying. But according to these statements and the divestment, everybody's dying when they go with each other. So what is your opinion?
In my opinion, I mean, I cannot speak for African American women, right? But listening to their men, right? I'm by no means trying to recreate their experience because I'm not African American, right? But listening to their men, they just kind of bought into this whole feminism, toxic feminism movement. And they have become like a matriarchy and they have made poor choices. If you think about it, I'm gonna show it to you in a simple way.
Yeah, okay.
When me and my fiance got together, only 2 collectives got mad. Whenever we would go out, we had black men being excited to see us and Latina woman. I had even my nail tech, she's like a hot girl. She's like, I need to find me a black man. And she's a Mexican girl.
Yeah.
And they will be excited. But then you have 2 groups specifically being angry: Latino men and black women. And when you think about it, Latinas are marrying 22% outside their community.
Yeah.
African American dudes are marrying outside of their community at 21%.
Yeah.
So that means they still have 78% of the women, Latino men, but they're policing the ones that are leaving. But it's because they cannot get the 78%.
Okay.
So they blame it on what they're seeing. The same way with black women.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I've never seen I never felt anything wrong when I saw a Latina with somebody else. That's not a Latino. It never bothered me. I never cared at all. Neither did I care about a Latino with somebody else. I could care less. The only thing that I felt was worry when I saw a Latina with a white guy. That's the only thing.
Oh yeah. But you know what?
I felt worried because in my mind, I know what that community, some of those people in that community are capable of.
Yeah.
You know, and the things that they could get away with. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing that I felt was worried. You know, like hopefully she knows to be on code. You know what I'm saying? When he says racist shit, I hope that she knows how to check him. Porque let me give you a personal story. There was this Dominican girl. She was friends with my cousin, right? she got involved in this political group that I was involved in, and my cousins and family was involved in. And I ended up meeting her from there. She was always, standoffish or whatever. She was a Dominican girl, real cute, beautiful.
Mhm.
She was always standoffish. But me and her got along here and there. But to her, I was too ghetto, but whatever. What a stupid bitch. Whatever. No, so long story short, she was super Christian, so I never saw her dating anybody or whatever the case is, right?
Okay.
And whenever guys stepped up to her, she would be like, "Oh, I'll keep you in my prayers. I'm gonna see if God approves." I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "All right."
God approved.
Yeah, it was weird. Anyway, long story short, on like a couple of years ago, Instagram, I saw her that she's in Hawaii with her white zaddy, right? Getting married and already with 2 kids. I'm
Oh, wow.
in my mind, I don't know if she changed, but in my mind, I said, God must have approved when he's white. So in my mind, right?
Why Jesus approved of it?
Exactly, right? Then I'm gonna say a couple of years later, I start my podcast. Episode, like very early on, 22, 23, right?
Mhm.
She comes across it, hits me up and said, "This is you, right?" And I'm like, "Oh shit!" I'm like, "Is it that easy?" So I hit her. I said, "Yeah, this is me, but keep it on the down low." She was like, "Yeah, not a problem." She's like, "Can I tell you something?" I'm like, "What's up?" And she said, I've been hearing your podcast for a couple of days now, and I don't know how to feel." And I'm like, "Why? What's up?" And she told me flat out, she said, "At first I'm in denial, but now I'm kind of accepting it because ever since I married my husband, I've noticed, even before dating, I've noticed certain racial things that he would do
Oh,
that
wow.
I stay shut about, but now I'm speaking up. And because I'm speaking up, he's feeling some type of way."
That's so sad.
And I said, it's because you're putting him in his place and he's not used to that. That's the
Wow.
thing. You're calling out his privilege. You're calling out his white
So
supremacy.
he did the opposite of what I did
Yeah.
with
So
my Latino.
so he rejects it. You know what I'm saying? But so she told me certain stories. I'm not gonna put it out there, but she told me certain stories. Long story short, they still together. But hopefully, she is that guy is going through the healing process. You know what I mean? He's part of the military. He's in Hawaii. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
I don't know.
That's some weird stuff.
Yeah, all I'm saying is that, that's the only time I felt some type of way, and it's not disgust or felt some type of way where I didn't like the person. It just felt some type of way as to, I hope they're okay. I hope
Yeah.
nothing happens. You
You're
know what I mean?
concerned. You're concerned.
Yeah,
You're not being like,
yeah, pretty much my concern. Yeah, my concern.
Yeah, because this is the thing. I don't understand. Like going back to what I was saying with the 78%. If you think about it, there's 2 things. First, for every man in the world, right? There's 5 women. That means that if every man were to marry a woman, 4 women will stay unmarried. Then why you're policing pussy?
Because
Because
those are 5 women you can't trust.
you will want you will want your sister, your Latina sisters, to actually get one of the men in the market. You
Yeah,
don't want them to be hanging around, dying alone, all that shit. That
yeah.
shit's gonna come out of your pocket at the end of the day, because you have to pay taxes so that they can live off of the government.
Yeah, that's true.
So when you see a brother marrying one of your sisters in Latin America, you should thank them for that.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, they're picking a tab that you cannot pay.
Yeah. See, a lot of people right now with what you just said, that will go over a lot of people's heads
Yeah.
and say,
I know.
"Oh, I gotta thank a black person. Oh, now I gotta beg to a black person. You know what I'm saying? That is gonna go over a lot of people's heads. But
Oh yeah, I know that they're
just,
gonna come for me.
yeah. Just stick your head, just take your head out of your ass and actually listen.
But seriously, and if you think about it, this men, that's why I always ask them, like, are you married? Do you have somebody? They don't have nobody. And I'm like, look, at the end of the day, it's the same thing that we face with the black women. I know what it is to go to theater with my fiance, and we sit next to a black chick, and she will look at us
Yeah,
with disgust, stand up, and go somewhere else.
yeah.
So, and I've had DMs of women telling me like, "Oh, you're fucking bitch! Like you're just stealing our men. Black men are for black
Because you
women."
light skinned, because you light skinned.
And and the thing is, like I said, if you discarded something for trash, that can be somebody else's treasure, and that's what they have done with their men and as a collective.
Yeah,
And on top of that, it's the same thing I say to my Latino men. I have nothing against y'all, but if y'all are so pressed, why aren't y'all getting married?
and this is my thing. This is my thing. You can't have it both ways, right?
Mhm.
You can't have it both ways. For Latin men, you can't be calling Latinas hoes and sluts and all this other bullshit, and then dogging them out and leaving them out there when somebody and then somebody else will actually treat them like a queen, and then you get mad. You can't have it both ways. The
Yeah.
same thing with black women. You can't have it both ways, thinking that black men ain't shit, they're dogs, and all this other stuff, and then get mad that somebody comes in and treat them like a king. You can't have it both ways. If you don't like, if listen, I know, like I said before, I said this plenty of times, and I think I should have him on the podcast. I have a personal friend that hates, and I say hates. He's Puerto Rican, by the way. Hates Latinas. Hates them with a passion. Every Latina I've been with, he goes, watch out, she's probably out there for your money. She's probably gonna play you. She's probably getting fucked right now. She's a hoe. She probably got a kid and she start telling you.
I'm
Right?
telling you,
When it comes to anybody else, if he dates a white, black, Asian, he doesn't think this. He
yeah,
doesn't think this
because
whatsoever.
there's so much contempt for Latina women. Like it's kind of it's simple, but it's complicated at the same time. And people assume that I did not try with Latino men.
Yeah.
I did.
You just hate us.
And
It's all good. You just hate us. It's all right. It's
no,
all,
I don't. I did try with Latino
yeah.
men. The thing is, like, it did not work out.
Yeah.
And I will not speak ill of them.
Yeah.
They gave me what they could.
Yeah. You just a bit patria. It's all good.
A traitor.
That's what it is. It's a traitor.
But seriously, it just did not work out. And I wish them the best, whatever they are right now. And one is still my friend. I mean, we're not in touch like friends, but we're friendly.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, it's very complicated because I mean, we have progressed as a nation, as a society, as individuals, and we're not gonna go. It doesn't matter what men say, and yeah, we can be sweet, cooperative with our partners, but we're never going to be like women back in the day. Like it doesn't matter what men do today or from this point on, we're not going back into the kitchen. If that makes sense. I mean, I still go into the kitchen, right, and cook, and because obviously my fiance doesn't cook, and we will starve if I don't cook. But what I mean by that is like when they gave women the opportunity to choose their careers and their options, many are choosing, and you can take once somebody tasted that freedom, they cannot go back into the little box. We can put this shit back in. So men are gonna have to take their L. Women will have to take their L, work together, get an agreement done,
Yeah.
and try to do the best they can, which is what I did. and it
Yeah.
worked out for me. I'm not, like I've always said, I'm not the most submissive person, but I
Yeah.
do try to cooperate with my man,
Yeah.
and I try to take care of the things that I need to take care of so that
No,
he
you
can
you
come
wear
home
you
in peace.
you wear the pants in the relationship, and you shouldn't. You know what I mean?
No,
He
I
got
don't.
he gotta he gotta teach you a lesson. No, let me stop.
He
Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop.
No, I mean, but that's the thing, like I don't, and that's something that a lot of dudes get irritated because they're like, oh, like, look at how you're talking to us. I'm like, if whoever knows me, they know there's only two men on planet Earth that can tell me when to talk or shut up, and I will listen to them, which is Daniel Gonzalez Rosario, my father, and my fiance. I don't have to be submissive to any other man because I don't belong to them. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
so they're asking you, you see how they still enforce the sense of property when they assume that I have to address them like I'm with them in a relationship. When the
Mm,
only man I owe my submission to is my man. So
mm.
it's like a weird rhetoric.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
It's like in the obsession, because I would say, if you hate me so much, if my man is, you think so lowly of him, then why you keep on bringing him up?
Hmm. There's I think there's an obsession, no obsession, blah, blah, blah. Obsession. I think there's an obsession
Yeah,
on him outside of you. I think that you are just a scapegoat to go through him, to him. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's a weird psychological dynamic.
yeah. They try to do streams about like black men and stuff, and I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
god, that's so pathetic. Like, come on, why instead of that they don't do like videos about like, hey, Latino men, dress better.
Yeah.
Dress your
Yeah.
age.
Yeah. 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 No, no, you're
Leave.
right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, it smell right.
Yeah.
uh,
Okay. Okay. You're getting a little too close right now. All right.
uh
Okay. All right. Let's relax. Let's pull it back a little
no,
bit.
but
Let's pull it back.
no, but seriously, there was one dude that told me like, oh, like, you will take, whenever you divorce him, you'll take his Jordans. I was like, my man don't wear no Jordans because he knows how to dress.
Oh, oh, oh,
And it's
oh.
more
Wait
than
a
that.
minute. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. I like my Nike shoes, yo. You mean to
I mean,
talk?
he wears
Like, come
tennis
on.
shoes,
Like, are you serious? Damn,
but
yo.
to be honest with you, you have to, you know, it, I think men have gotten too comfortable.
Yeah.
Certain men, not all, of
Yeah,
course,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
certain men I've got, especially in our communities, they think like going out, scratching their balls, and sagging their pants, and there's something I told when we started being boyfriend and girlfriend. I told my partner, look, I I will go with you to any date. I will never say no, but we cannot look like we're going to two different venues. And I have
Mm.
never have to tell that man how to dress up to go with me anywhere.
Oh
He's
shit.
on point. He irons his own shit. It doesn't have a single wrinkle.
Goddamn, he
He
gotta teach
smells
me. He gotta teach me. Goddamn. I'm
he
over
smells
here.
good.
Uh-huh.
He has his clothes planned ahead. And I don't have that problem. We don't look like he's going to the gym and I'm going
Yeah.
somewhere.
That's how I look like that all the time. So to me, because right now I'm single, so I'm like, yeah, whatever. Pero cuando yo tengo que,
Impressed.
tú sabes, estar presentado, you know what I mean? That's when I clean up, I shave y todo eso. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? Be a little cerquillo, you know what I'm saying? And that's when I go. Pero every other day I'm like, who the hell am I going to show off for? Come on, get
Well,
out of
you
here.
never know. Okay,
That's
imagine
true.
you're outside looking like shit, right?
That's true. Yeah.
And you encountered the hottest girl out there.
Uh huh.
You're
I'm gonna be
how you
like,
gonna approach her?
You gotta like me for me, baby. All right.
Oh,
Listen,
hell
my
no.
personality will just shine through. It's actually supposed to be a test. God told me to dress like this so I can humble you down. All right.
No, but look, that's a conversation I have with one of my girlfriends. She's Korean, right?
Uh-huh.
And we used to work out together. And we would be talking about this shit for hours. We would be like, American men dress horribly.
Mm,
Men here in America dress horribly. Like if you go to Europe, men don't dress like they're going
that's
to the
true.
gym 24/7.
That's true.
And it's like I said, men have let themselves go. We have to, because we have gotten, especially with this COVID-19, we have let our weight go, our hair go,
Yeah.
everything go.
Yeah.
But but pre-COVID, right? We were all decent. So like I said, it's they don't want to put in the effort, man. And to be honest with you, like you will go to the the highest thing you can get for your value, if that makes sense. And I'm not saying that as in a collectivity, as a collective. Like if I'm not saying this to this Latino man, but I did not happen to come across a valuable Latino man in time when I was still young enough that had this, requirements that I had, which one of them is carry yourself properly. The first one that I
Mm,
encountered happened to be an African American, and la primera luz es la que alumbra. I'm not gonna
uh-huh.
wait here because I don't know how long I have to live.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's
I
true.
know.
That's
And
true.
I found somebody that was my best friend
Yeah.
that likes to work hard,
Yeah.
that has his dreams, is not afraid of telling me what he feels, what he wants me to do,
Yeah.
what he needs from me, and we have
Yeah.
a plan, and we had an
Yeah.
understanding, and
And
that's
because of that, he tricked you onto believing what you believe now, right? Because according to these people, he tricked you.
yes,
You're so weak-minded that he tricked you.
yeah, they it's so surprising, Radical, because I'm like, you know what? I don't recall a single time when I question none of these men on who they're dating.
Yeah.
And all of them have said one way or the other that they have been with black people.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you see, this is the thing that a lot of people call DMV, or dirty
Yep.
macking and all that kind of
Yep.
stuff, because you see the intentions.
Yeah.
You see the intentions, because like I told you, I can send you screenshots of them on my DMs and the
Yeah.
freaking
Yeah. And this is the thing.
friend requests and stuff.
This is the thing. They don't have to go. They don't have to go bother you. They choose to do that.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Mm-hmm.
choosing because they keep you in their mind. They're obsessed. The same thing with me. They don't have to watch my stuff,
No, they don't.
but they choose to. They're going out their way to do so. So I'm like, all right.
They
So
don't have anything else to do. Imagine how they go about their lives thinking, "Oh, I hate Radical. I hate his fucking stream last night.
listen. Check this
I
out.
need to go."
One person told me. One person left me 20 something comments in one video.
Oh wow.
And at the end of every comment, they said, okay, now block me. At the end of every comment, okay, now block me. This went for a whole week. Okay,
Yeah.
now block. After every sentence, they would say, okay, now block me. It told me that they don't have control of themselves, that I have to go out my way to block them because they don't have control of themselves, but to interact with my stuff. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And at the end, I didn't block them. I deleted their comments, but I didn't block them.
Yeah.
I left them there, and they would get so mad, like, "How come you didn't block me? How come you didn't block me?" I'm like,
You know what's crazy? It's so hilarious. I don't know if you remember that there was like one stream that you uploaded, and I commented, like these people don't understand the law,
yeah,
because even though hate speech is not a thing in the US. Cyberbullying is a federal crime.
Yeah.
And they're so retarded that they feel that what they say on this social media platforms does not leave a print
Yeah.
somewhere, and that can be traced to you.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like,
Every phone got an IP address, especially Instagram.
yes,
Instagram is part of Facebook. You don't think that Facebook doesn't work with the cops? Come on now.
of course. And then if you think about it, I'm like, if you go, one thing is that you can get on the stream and say stupid shit or comments and whatnot, but when you go out of your way to try to find somebody on another social media platform that they have not provided you with, that is harassment.
Not only that, the fact that they call you, right? They like me. They called me. And multiple people call me just to let so I can know how much of a piece of shit I am. Like my exes haven't told me that a long time ago, right?
Oh wow.
Just to let me know how much of a piece of shit that I am, and they don't like me. Like, okay, thanks for the reminder. Thanks for the reminder, I guess. Okay. To me, I laugh. You know, and they go out their way to not only the phone call wasn't enough, they have to leave a voicemail, a text message,
Oh,
and let me know the same exact thing that they just let me know on my phone, but on Instagram, on Twitter. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, like
no tienen oficio.
no tienen.
No
Es
tienen
como
oficio.
like yo, you're not like I'm that important to you. But let us piss these people off a little bit more because I like it. How did you and your wonderful, beautiful fiance?
Sexy.
Oh, I don't
I
judge
know.
guys like that. I don't judge guys like that. Oh, how did you guys meet?
Look, we were both working together in 2015, and we started just talking. I mean, he did not like me at first. Like,
Good. I should have told them stay away from her. She's nothing but trouble. She's hard-headed. She wanted to be a lawyer, right? Don't do that. Don't do it,
oh
bro.
wow,
Don't do
no,
it.
but seriously,
Let
he
her
will
get with a white man.
avoid
Let her get with a white man. Let her get with a white.
he will avoid me because he said to me when I was getting interviewed for the job, he was already working, right?
Yeah.
So he told me that day, I guess, good morning, based on what he told me. But I did not hurt him because if everybody know me, I'm like 20% blind and like 40% deaf. Okay. Like
Okay.
literally, I have like an amazing ear for audio and music, but in real
Yeah.
life, unless you're looking at me dead in the eye, I'm not even paying attention.
Okay. Oh, so how you cross the street? What the fuck? What the fuck?
I cannot see from afar. Like I don't know how to. I can't read from afar.
Yeah.
I need glasses, but I refuse to use them. Right.
Okay.
So
You see that's the hard-headedness. You see what I'm talking? You see?
and now reading has become even more easier with Amazon Audible. So I really don't need the glasses.
Yeah, technology. Who needs your eyes? Who needs eyes?
So he did not like me at first because he thought I ignored him. So he thought I was like a resting bitch. You know, but
he wasn't wrong. Continue.
But I saw him at the time and I was like, I want to talk to him. Like he seems very interesting, right? And I would say every time he will walk in, I was like, oh hi.
Yeah.
And then he'll be like, oh hi, whatever. And then he'll talk to another coworker we had.
Exactly. That's right. You gotta go chase him. That's right.
I said, you know, but she was married.
So what?
But they were talking as friends, right?
Yeah.
And at the time he had a girlfriend. And I was dating a Latino man, by the way.
Okay.
But I wanted to have a friendship with him.
But you didn't know that he had a girlfriend though, right?
Well, I did my investigation.
Like fellas, all women are gonna investigate you. By the way,
oh my God.
No,
but seriously, my relationship ended, and I was like, you know, It's whatever.
You were out here campaigning, shaking
But you
hands,
know what?
kissing babies.
No, I did care because, and this is what I'm telling you about my experiences with Latino men.
Okay.
I got dumped on a text.
What?
Yeah, I swear. I literally.
Well, okay.
And you
Hold
know
on. Wait,
what's
wait, 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 wait. Let me hold on. Let me play devil's advocate. All right. Let me play devil's advocate. Okay.
what?
Okay. Getting to know you up to this point, right? I
Mhm.
know that you're very, very strongly opinionated, and you're very, very, very outspoken.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I'm not surprised why he will let you know over a text, because he probably didn't want that backlash.
I
You know what I
understand
mean?
that. The reason why I felt, the way I felt at the time
Yeah.
was because it's fine, send me a text message, we end the relationship, there's no problem.
Yeah.
Then don't text me when I did not respond to you, because all I said when he told me, like, oh, you know what, I don't want to continue, and I started seeing somebody else, and I don't want you to hear from nobody but me first.
Mm.
You know what I responded?
What's up?
Okay, and an emoji with the thumbs up.
Oh, I thought you left it unseen. Like,
No, I was very petty, because to me it's like, okay, so what am I supposed to answer to that?
yeah.
Okay, then be happy, enjoy
Yeah.
yourself. And 2 days later, he was like, oh, like, calling and calling and
Oh,
calling, and
I thought
then
you was gonna say 2 days later you showed them the ring. See, I'm engaged,
no,
stupid. You
no,
see what you missed out, stupid.
you know what? That was like, I got with my actual fiance 2 years after that,
Mm.
and till this day, I have that ex friend requesting my mother, my friends,
What?
my sister. I have blocked him from different accounts on Snapchat, on Facebook, and stuff.
Yeah, él te va a mandar a pigeon with a little note like, "Hey, what's up?"
No, but you know what he told me? Like 2 days passed, and he started calling me and calling me and calling me. He was like, "Oh, like, can we meet and have a conversation?" I was like, "I'm really busy,
Yeah,
and I really don't want to have the conversation because I already know we're not gonna be together.
yeah.
So I'd rather, put my time, my effort in things that are more productive. But I appreciate that you try to talk to me."
Mm.
And that was it. And then he continued, and then he was like, oh, like, if you don't want to see me, the thing is, like, I don't want to lose, at least I don't want to lose you as a friend, at least.
Yeah, that's bullshit though. That's
And
bullshit.
I was like, I mean,
I'm just letting you know. I'm letting
no,
you
I
know
I
right now.
know
That's
what he
bullshit.
wanted. I know what he
Yeah,
wanted is just to have a chance to come back and have sex,
yeah, of
because
course.
that's what men do, like,
No,
come on, bro.
that's what scumbags do. And
Yeah.
as a former reformed scumbag, I'm telling you right now, that's all bullshit. Oh, I just want to be friends. Yeah, okay.
Well,
No.
I ripped off the band-aid,
Uh-huh.
and I continue in my life.
Okay.
And he became a psycho. I don't
They
know what I have, if
they
it's me, to
no,
be honest with you,
I
but
I don't think it's you. I think it's the fact that I think it's the fact that I think you ignore them and you give them just enough of a nibble. You know what I mean? Just enough of a nibble, and then you take the whole thing away. You know what I mean?
oh my
That's
god,
what it is. That's what I think it is.
that's hilarious. This is not the first psycho I've had.
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on, like, why I keep, and I think that's what discouraged me from dating further Latinos, because I'm like,
Yeah.
every Latino I date is a psycho. Like,
Well,
they cannot.
we love hard. You know what can we say?
Intense, all
We
the way,
love
or everything or
exactly. That's
nothing.
it. That's all it is. You know, si tú no me vas a querer como yo soy acá ahora, you know what I mean? Like, come on.
Yeah. It's just like, literally, like, they just go psycho mode.
Yeah.
And I just, honestly, and I don't think, to be fair, I've been with amazing people,
Yeah.
and I'm very thankful for the experiences that they gave me.
Hmm.
But I understand now that yeah, they were not the person that I would be able to work with
Of
for the
course.
rest of my life.
That's why it's called growing. You gotta
Yeah.
grow, and this is a very good example why our Latin men need to be with black women. You know what I'm saying? There's a perfect reason. No, let me stop. Because we love hard. We love hard. You know what I mean?
But
You
seriously,
gotta show up to a girl's job and be like, look, I wrote you a poem, and then they're gonna be like, Samuel, leave me alone. I already called the cops. I'm like, no, hold on. Wait, I gotta read you a poem. I wrote you a poem. We broke up 2 years ago. I don't care. Listen, roses are red.
I didn't used to call them psychos. I used to call
Yeah,
them relentless
yeah, yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
that they wouldn't get offended.
Yeah.
They
When I was younger, I was called a psycho a few times.
no, not to be messed up, but my first boyfriend, I'm sorry, was psycho.
Oh shit.
He was like full blown psychotic, like psychotic. Like, I mean, I still haven't found a way to get rid of him on social media.
Get the fuck out of here, yo.
He is psychotic. Like, he is psycho. Like, I remember I broke up with him when I was 18,
Yeah.
right? And he told me, I'm gonna wait for you and I'm not going
Hey.
to marry anybody.
Hey, yeah.
And we're both 33 years old and he's still not married. And I'm like, oh my God, like, dude, just get on with your fucking life. Like, just do something.
Él te va a llamar cada año. He's gonna be like,
Oh,
hey,
hell no.
just checking up on you. You're not married yet, right? No? Okay. I'll call you next year. Yo,
It's just insane. I'm like,
yeah,
dude, just have some kids, marry
yeah,
somebody.
yeah.
Let it go. We were
Funny.
kids.
So yeah, so let me ask you, the vice versa. Do you feel the same way when it comes to your exes, not your fiance's exes, trying to come at him? Does that same thing happen, or does he keep it under wraps? Do you know anything about it? I'm not trying to start anything. I'm just saying.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah, he does have his psycho ex.
Oh shit, crazy Lupita. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, he
Uh-oh.
does have a psycho ex,
Uh-oh.
and she pops up here and there, and we both laugh a
Well, I'm,
lot.
I'm glad you said that, because right now on the phone I got Lupita. No, let me stop. She's gonna be popping. She's gonna be popping up in this in the comment section. So
No, but seriously, yeah, she doesn't give up. I was like, baby, what did you do to her, man?
maybe it's the
You,
same thing that he did to you, and that's the reason why he's your
oh,
fiance.
maybe.
Hey, hey.
Well, I can understand her. I need to be sympathetic.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
But seriously,
Yeah.
yeah, because I mean, my fiance, I can get why she will still come back,
Okay. Yeah.
because even though he's not a man of a lot of words, because he doesn't like to repeat himself and stuff, but like,
Yeah. He's a psycho.
no, he's not.
He's like Michael Myers.
No, he's just serious.
Yeah.
But
Most psychos
like,
are. Uh-huh.
no, he's not like he's just serious. He's very serious. But I feel that, there's something very special about him,
Yeah.
and that's very rare, and I can understand why, at the moment she probably was too young or too immature. She did not understood, this is a traditional man and he
Yeah.
wants specific things.
Yeah.
And she did not appreciate that man in her life, and then seeing him, go away like that.
Well, yeah, that usually happens. When the certain people are in a certain stage in their life,
Hmm.
it's you also have to find the other person that's also in a certain stage in their life as well. If they're not in the maturing stage, then obviously they're not for you. A lot of people like to find excuses for why their other partner is not there yet, and they're cheating on them and all this other stuff. So they like
Yeah.
to find excuses for that. But acceptance of what's going on, it's very important. And I think, looking at red flags and making sure that you point out the red flags, know what the red flags mean, and learn to accept it and actually cut it off at the when it manifests. I think that's very important. A lot of people don't tend to do that.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, to be honest with you, um our relationship, it's so non-conventional. We're not like a traditional, well, we have traditional values, we just not conventional couple.
Yeah.
We turned into friends, then we turned into best friends, and he was still with his girlfriend, right? And I said, you know what, like, I don't, he started having a lot of problems with his girlfriend at the time.
Yeah.
And I mean, they had problems before, but they got really bad around that time. And we said, you know what, let's just, he told me, just, I told him I want to start working out. And he was like, oh, let's just work out together, We started working out. He would listen me out and stuff. I met somebody. But before I moved forward, he split from his girlfriend, and we try to talk, and I try to like inquire if he liked me.
Mhm.
And he told me that he loved me like a sister.
Yeah. That's how you fellas. That's how you mess with their heads.
Oh my
That's how
god,
you mess
that
with their
was,
heads. Yeah.
he literally fucked with my brain. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god, he does not like me.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what, then I'll move on. I'm not gonna waste time. He loves me like a sister. And I like him, but he don't like me, and I had to accept it. So I continued, and I started dating somebody else. And he also repeated to the person I was dating, because I brought him around him. He was
Yeah.
like, yeah, I love her, but like a sister. And I was like,
Mhm.
oh my god, I hate it when
Smooth.
he said that shit.
Smooth.
Oh my
Smooth.
god.
He's so smooth. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that line. I'm like, no, I
Oh
like
my god,
I like
I
it as
hate it.
a sister.
No, but you know what's insane? That he will enjoy his life even if he was single, and he will love me like a sister.
Yeah, and
And
you
I
know
was
why?
like,
Because he's smooth. He wanted you to experience what life is without him. You know what I mean?
oh, come on.
And then after after you get your mind right and you figure it
Mhm.
out, oh, I need him in my life. That's when he goes, all right, daddy's home, baby. Come here, come here, come here. Let me let you know how to be, how to live with me. You know what I mean?
But seriously, after that, um, he will give me advice, and help me out with my new relationship.
Hmm.
But I feel that even though he did not say it, his I started feeling his feelings for me,
Mm,
because even though I tried to date somebody else, I depended emotionally on him.
mm.
And there's nothing more powerful that a woman can share with a man than an emotional connection.
That's true.
So at that time, the
So
guy that I was dating,
you cheated on him with
well,
the fiance.
basically,
You cheated on him.
no,
Yes,
I
you
did
did.
not. We did
Yes, you
not do
did.
anything.
No,
But
no, no. So this is the thing. All right, fellas, fellas that are listening to the podcast, let's gather around. There's a little teaching moment, by the way. If another man makes your woman feel anything emotional, that's cheating in my book, because women, they love emotionally. They don't love physically for the most part, so it's emotional. So, okay, so you cheated on your guy that you're dating with,
oh my
your
god, you
fiance.
say it so horribly. No, I would be. I mean,
Uh-huh,
I
uh-huh,
will be. I
uh-huh.
will be. Okay, it took me a while to actually acknowledge that yes, I
You
contributed
cheated.
to mess up that relationship.
Yeah, okay.
You know,
Uh-huh.
because I will bring my fiance, my actual fiance now. I will bring him on dates that we had, or I will bring him around him every time we were together and stuff. And I will be with him. I will go to work, be around him. Then we will go work out. and then we will do either eat or I taught him how to drive inclusively.
What?
Actually, yeah, I did. Because when we met, he was 22 and I was 27. I'm 5 years older than he is.
Oh.
So, he was like, yeah, I want to learn, because he used to walk and run a lot. I
Yeah.
was like, dude, because everything where he lived in the South Bay, everything was so close that he did not even needed a car. So I was like, I'll teach you. But in reality, it was an excuse because I wanted to be near him.
Of course.
So
You're like, I teach you, and then you sat right on top of his lap, and
oh
he's like,
no, it wasn't like
he's
that.
like, well, the steering wheel's over there.
It wasn't like that. But the guy that I was dating at the time, he messaged me one day, and he's like, we need to have a conversation. And I was like, well, you can come to my place and we can talk. And he's like, no, you come to my place.
Ooh.
And I was like, is that serious? And he's like, yes, I am serious. So I went up there and he was like, he started like an argument. He was like, oh, like he told me that he's in love with you. And I was like, I don't believe you. And because he's my friend and he will tell me before he'll tell you.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, you don't believe me? Okay, no problem. So he went into his house. I was very pissed at him. I was very angry. I told him, I don't want to talk to you until I fucking calm down, because you're lying about my best friend. And I love my best friend.
Yeah.
So he was so pissed that I sided with my boo.
Yeah, because you cheated. Yeah.
Oh, stop. It wasn't cheating. It wasn't cheating.
Yeah. Continue.
So eventually I found out, like 2 months after that, I found out that he cheated on me. And he
both cheated on each other. Oh, shit.
He cheated on me with an older lady and got her pregnant.
No.
Mm-hmm. Literally. Like, I swear.
Nah,
swear.
Are you serious?
I swear.
Wait, how did you? Wait, te lo dijo.
No, look at how I found out. He sends me another text message. Right, this is the second time this shit happened. He sends me a text message and he's like, "Can you meet me at the Grove?" And I was like, "I'm not gonna leave my house. It's like 8:45."
Wait, that's a mall, right? The Grove.
Yeah,
mall? Yeah.
And I was like,
I like that mall.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm not gonna go over there. It's like 8:45. I'm really chilling in my house, and I really don't feel like going out. Like, just shoot me a text message. And he told me, you know what? I think I don't deserve you. We need to stop seeing each other. And I was like,
oh, so that was the real breakup. What happened to the whole?
That was the real breakup.
What happened to the whole? Yo, he loves you. Let me go to my house. I'm pissed off. Like, what happened to that? Was just the spark for the breakup.
That was like 2 months before that. But the thing is, like, guess who I called that day? My actual fiance. I was like, you need to come here. He's like, I'm working, but I get off at 12. And I was like, oh my God, just come to my house.
Yeah.
I feel horrible. Like, he just broke up with me. Blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I'll be there. Don't worry about it. I'll be there. And he came here and gave me like the biggest hug. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so safe. I remember the feeling. I felt safe.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? He messaged me that night and he's like, oh, like, I hope, you're okay and whatnot. I was like, I'm going to stop by your place tomorrow so we can have a conversation.
Yeah. And
then he started with the excuses. No, like, I have to take care of, family now and blah, blah, blah. Like, I have a lot of things in my shoulders. And I was like, this motherfucker, it sounds like he either is having a baby or something's going on because I'm not stupid. And then I started, asking several questions and doing certain things that I am not proud of. And
stalking.
No stalking.
Stalking.
No stalking, but other things. But no, I would not waste my time stalking nobody. Fuck that.
Yeah. Okay.
But that gas is too expensive for that shit.
Yeah. Well,
But
who said you gotta leave your house? Who said you gotta leave your house?
no, but I found out, and by the time I found out, I 1 month later I got with my actual fiance.
Yeah.
Because he was, when we got together on April, and we decided to formalize our relationship in June. And around that time, he had his baby shower, and he called my sister.
No.
He did call my sister on his baby shower day, because he said, like, oh, like, I've seen on social media that your sister posted that she's with Melanated Night. We're not gonna say the name, right? So I was like, when my sister told me, I was like, what the hell? And she was like, yeah, like, he called, and he's like, oh, like, I wish they're happy, and blah 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 blah.
And I'm gonna name my daughter Denisse.
I don't know if he had a boy or a girl, actually.
That's funny.
But because I cut all communications, I even changed my phone number. I did not want to have any communication with him.
Yeah.
And I felt good. I don't recall it being that bad. I mean, of course, I went to my course of therapy and stuff, because obviously that's like a low blow. But to be honest with you, after that, I just recovered normally, and I was okay. I was really okay, because obviously I have my best friend.
No, of course you cheated. You already had your.
I did not cheat.
You already had your partner already just waiting on the sidelines and stuff.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
on.
Yeah.
No. But you know what? He started talking to a girl. And I told him, you know what? You need to get ready, because we're gonna go to the Congo room for my birthday.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah.
You
I was like,
need to get ready. Look at that. Already demanding him.
but I told him, like, I need to teach you how to dance salsa, because that's like one of my favorite
Yo,
rhythms.
that's every Latina shit, yo. Salsa or bachata.
To be honest with you, I'm a bachatera, but
yeah, I knew it.
But I do enjoy my salsa.
Listen, this is what my ex told me one time. And it held true ever since then. She said that for Latinas, if you're a guy and you don't know how to dance, it's a turnoff.
Oh yeah,
it's a turnoff, dude. I'm so lucky. I at least know how to do the little two-step. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not okay. Many men get it twisted. It's not that you know the perfect dance. It's that at least you know.
Yeah.
How to move to the
of
rhythm.
Course,
like,
of course.
If you know how to move to the rhythm and stuff, oh, trust me, you are the sexiest man on earth.
My ex was like, that was that was her third question. Do you know how to dance? I'm like, that's weird.
If you know, they say in Puerto Rico, if you don't know how to dance, you're bad at other things. If you catch my drift.
What, driving?
No, not driving.
I don't. What, cooking or something? I don't
You're
know.
bad in bed. You're bad in
Oh,
bed. If you don't know
no,
how to dance.
Hey, that's bullshit.
Yeah. No, it is not. It is not. If you don't know how to coordinate when dancing, and you find it hard, and you're always out of pace, you suck in bed. I'm not even joking. That applies to men and women.
No, I think ugly women made that up. I don't think that's
true. I swear. I swear. No. Whenever you see a chick that doesn't know how to dance, that's a mueble.
I'm not gonna lie. I have found that, and that kind of turned me off whenever I went to Latin night. and my date doesn't know how to dance. That kind of turns me off a little bit.
Oh, that's the worst.
That kind of turns me off. Yeah.
I mean, at least do like my sister. My sister, she doesn't know how to dance, but she fakes it. And then she starts doing like crazy shit, and people
Yeah.
believe that she dances.
Oh,
I'm like,
word.
you're crazy.
My cousin's like a one-man boy band. He dances like crazy. You know?
Yeah, well, you need to learn some steps from him,
Yeah,
because
for real.
the 1 2 steps not gonna last
No,
forever.
mira. I me puedo defender. That's what I can say.
Okay,
Me puedo
okay.
defender. Pero when it comes to other shit, like on some other, like, what was it? Salsa or some shit. Eso que yo tengo que aprender.
Oh,
I gotta.
but you're in the East Coast.
Yeah. That's the type of shit I gotta learn.
Yeah, you
Everything
can.
else, every like little merenguito, no, ting, and
Yeah,
bachata,
the merengue is easy.
me,
Bachata is
mere-
easy too.
merengue, bachata. I got that. I'm good. I'm good. When it comes to something, nah, bro. You need a whole coronation. You need the lights, and nah, you good. You
Yeah,
need,
you sound like I was when Guajira was like a boom in Puerto Rico in 2011.
yeah,
And I was like, oh fuck no, there's no way I'm gonna dance to that shit.
yeah,
Too many fucking turns and bullshit. Nah, fuck that. I'm too old
yeah,
for that. And I was
and
only 24.
yeah, and there's a part where you gotta flip. Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm
I'm good.
like, nah, no Guajira for me.
Yeah.
But I told him, I'm gonna teach you how to dance salsa, right? So he
Yeah.
started talking to this girl that is not even Latina.
What a disgrace. What a
And she
disgrace.
was like, oh, like, I'm gonna teach you how to dance salsa. And he told me. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, you know what, dude?
Yeah.
Salsa is like from my island. Okay. I
Uh-huh.
get it. It started with the Funny All Stars, it started with the whole East Coast stuff, but still, it's Puerto Ricans that
Yo,
carry on the
shout out to
salsa.
Melanated Night. Yo, he's so smooth throughout this whole thing. Throughout this whole thing, he's doing things just to get you
Oh my
mad.
God, yes.
Just to get you mad. He does things so you could keep on thinking about him. Yo, shout out to him, yo. He gotta
He's
teach
the
it.
best.
He gotta teach a class. He gotta teach a
He
class.
really did not give a flying fuck about nothing. He just literally he just existed. He's like, either you like me or not, because I'm not gonna kiss your ass.
Yeah.
You know? Because he saw a lot of guys at work giving me phone numbers or asking me out.
Yeah.
So now that we have more, we've been together for 4 years. It's like, no, I was not gonna be another sucker.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And in reality, I remember that I got pissed at him.
Mm.
And he could not believe that I was pissed at him. I was like, you're gonna let that girl teach you how to bounce salsa and not your best friend?
Mhm.
And he was like, oh, I mean, she offered and I don't want to. But then he asked a coworker that we had, that she was a Mexican lady, and she was like, do you think that she's mad because I say this and that? She's like, well, that's your best friend, which you've been spending a lot of time with, and I will be mad too. So that's when he came to me and he started talking to me and stuff. And one day we were in the car talking to each other, and he hugged me. Because I was having a hard time with my mom.
Yeah.
Not having if she had a benign mass or not in her
Yeah.
breast. And he just stared at me and he kissed me.
Mm.
And
Mm.
I was like, I felt like literally I was so excited, but I was nervous and angry at the same time.
Yeah, of course.
I was like, dude, you lied to me for almost 3 years.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, I told him, no, let's
play the
not
game.
kiss.
You gotta make sure, you're not
I told him, let's
out here
not
hoeing
kiss.
around.
I told him, let's not kiss. And he was like, okay, no problem. And he kissed me again.
Yeah,
I was
there
like,
you
oh
go,
my God.
My man smooth, son. My man smooth.
He did not give a flying fuck because he knew, he's like, I got this in the bag. Like, I don't care.
Of course. You out here looking like a cat in heat. You know what I mean? Giving him all the
Yeah.
signals and all that. Talking about dancing and shit. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And that we started, and we never. At first, I was like, you know what, you're younger than me, live your life and stuff.
Ay, mira. Stop it.
And but in reality, I was just really scared. I did not want it another failed relationship,
Yeah.
and I did not want it to hurt my best friend, and I did not want it to be hurt by my best friend either. So that
Yeah.
was keeping me from moving forward. And then we say, you know what, we're gonna kick it one last time like that,
Yeah.
and one last time turn into 4 years engagement.
Mm.
Yeah, we never stopped. And
Mm.
yeah, it's been a very a funny ride, but I have learned a lot about myself and about
Yeah.
him, and yeah, that's basically our story. But I did not cheat
Yeah.
with.
Yeah, sure. Okay. All
Oh,
right.
stop. But I mean, a lot of people thought we were,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
but we were not. I can, like, I swear to God, we never touched each other like that. Never.
Yeah, of course. But mentally, you were getting touched.
Emotionally, I would say, yeah, probably,
You were getting
I was an
mentally.
emotionally hoeing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Which is the same thing. Which is the
It's
same thing.
not.
It's
No,
the
it's
same thing,
not.
guys. It's the same thing.
No, it's not, guys. It's not the same thing.
You got, who y'all gonna believe? Huh? Me? Which one?
No,
Oh,
no, because look, I'm the woman, but in reality, to be honest with you, if you are with a woman, it's like Eddie D said, el que tenga tienda, que la tienda, right?
mm,
Like, if you're not able to provide the emotional supply for your woman,
yeah.
you are competing. Men are very competitive.
Mm,
And my fiance, I can tell he doesn't say a lot of stuff because, like I
yeah.
told you, it's very serious and more quiet, but
Yeah.
men are very competitive in
Mm,
nature.
mm-hmm.
So they will do whatever the fuck, to be the winner.
Yeah. All I'm hearing is excuses about cheating. You know,
Oh
that's
my
all I'm hearing.
God.
That's all I'm
You
hearing.
know, no,
Nah, nah,
I
nah,
can
nah.
blame him. I cannot blame him
Yeah.
because I cannot say he
No,
was a
he was
bad
innocent
person.
in this whole thing. You were the mastermind. You were the, doing all of this, getting hugs for, getting hugs,
No.
teaching people how to drive and all that, saying hi when people walk by and everything.
Oh my
You were
God.
you were the mastermind in this whole thing.
I was a good person.
He was an innocent bystander. Damn, yo, he's a
Oh, come
victim. He's
on.
a victim. Surviving Denisse.
No. You're so stupid. No,
No.
but seriously, no. I mean, I'm gonna say
Listen, she
this.
masterminded her way into a wedding ring, and I'm sorry, into a
An
fiance
engagement
ring, an
ring.
engagement. That's crazy. That's crazy. No, no, no.
No,
Go ahead,
no. To be honest with you, and I still ask him to this day, did you told my ex that you were in love with me? And he told
Yeah.
me, no, I did not say anything.
Well, listen,
And
guys know, guys know.
do you think he told him, or you think
No,
every
no, 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 no.
I don't think so.
No, I think listen, guys have that sixth sense, So
Okay.
guys know, but sometimes guys put little lies out there just to feel you out. You know what I mean? But in the same
Yeah.
time, he had a whole other baby at the. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
also. Y'all were both, heathens at the end of the day, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, wow.
No, 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 let me say no, but both it was already it seemed like it was already doomed from the beginning. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, uh, again, right or wrong, it doesn't really matter as long as both of y'all are happy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you seem like your relationship is really at a well foundation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
Like
am very.
and now the good thing is now there's a story where your ex could be like, yo, the reason why we named you Denise is because of
Oh
the,
my
you know,
God.
You know what I'm saying? So
Oh my god. No, I hope he did not name if he had a girl Denise.
he did. He did. I'm telling you right now, he did. He, he
I
did.
hope not.
He told me. He told me. He let me know. He let me know.
No, but seriously, I count we people have that perception, that relationships are that easy, but they're not. You know, they're a full-time job. Now you have to find a person that wants to do the job, and that person has to find you.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to do the job. And I
Yeah.
think that's what um that's what I have learned from my partner, never to
No.
give up. Because my fiance, yeah, he's a man, of course. We are
Yeah.
all flawed, but one thing that I would say about him, he never gives up. That
Mm,
man, it doesn't matter what you do, he does not give up. And
mm,
that's something I learn from him every day, not to
mm.
give up, no matter what. Don't give up.
That's what's up. Let me ask you this one last question before we wrap up.
Go
One
ahead.
last question. What makes, in your opinion, what makes Latin people Latin? Like, what makes us, us, or and like see anybody else from other Latin American countries where we could like click. You know what I mean? We kind of have like that common, like, hey, what's up? Even though we have some internal issues. What makes us us? Some people would say the fact that we have a religion, which I disagree with, right?
Hmm.
But some people would say, yeah, a religion, that's what makes us us, or whatever the case. In your opinion, what makes Latin people Latin?
Well, I would say it's the pain. We share the pain.
Hmm.
Because if we go to open veins of Latin America, you will find that there were 75 million indigenous people living in the Americas before 1493, with
Hmm.
the Spaniards landing here in the New World. And by the time they finished, there was only 3 million. So they killed 72 million of our people.
Yeah.
And that brought us together.
Yeah. I would
You
I,
know,
would- I would say also that like the share history that we all fought the Spanish off.
yeah,
So yeah.
we all come from the same painful, colonization rage. I think that's the Latin sass, is that
Yeah.
is the colonized rage that we carry.
Yeah.
But I think that's what brought us together. That we are the foretellers of that story that everybody seems to ignore in the West. And nobody talks about it. And the only ones that are here as evidence and proof is us, and that brings us together as people.
Mm.
you
Okay.
know
All right. So let's start wrapping it up now. Give the people um uh, give the people one last affirmation, or one last message that you want to tell them. What would you say?
well, I would say, to, as a collective, start, looking at yourself and analyzing how you're in a position of social advantage, even though your finances might not be at an advantage.
Mm,
And think about this. you know let's move the alliance with Black people for a minute to the side.
mm,
uh Even as Latinos, you can't keep on focusing inward. You have to start looking at things that we can no longer ignore. I
mm.
get it. You want people to come here legally and all that stuff, even though I stand up for open borders, right? But
Yeah.
if you catch an illegal immigrant here, deport them right away. But the fact that they're having our people in cages like animals and separated, and women are getting raped, and people are disappearing, and people are getting pushed into human trafficking, and you are here, and I do not know why you're not uncomfortable with that as a Latino. I
Yeah.
just don't, I can't relate as to why you're not uncomfortable. because yes, if they break the law, have them deported. But the concentration camps that we have, when you compare them to the Nazi regime, or you compare them to how the Jews were held, we're seeing that with our people, and we have become so desensitized from the situation that has become our new normal. And we have to wake up. We need like a jolt that will show us, hey, this is what we're going through. We don't have any white privilege, because look at the stuff we're going through. They have us in concentration camps. So we alone cannot fight that. We have a lot of enemies here, and we need to partner up with people that has gone through this and are masters at protesting and getting the job done. We are not, as Latinos. We are not. We have benefited from the fight of African Americans, if anything. So we have to start thinking about our future and act in an intelligent and effective way and intentional. Okay, we don't want to see more people in camps. We want to be respected. We want to move forward, and we want to reclaim our countries. And for us to do that, we have to find an ally. And the only ally that is here putting up with some of our stupidity is African Americans. It's very simple. Even to found America, to found the America we have today, they needed the French as an ally. So don't think for a second we can do this alone. We can't.
Yeah.
And don't be feeling yourself because you have white privilege and you want to stay in that privilege, because not everybody in your collective as Latino shares that same privilege. There's people that are darker or look different that get treated differently. And you cannot say then you're part of our collective if you don't have that present. So with that being said, it's time to unite. We will do this with or without you.
Yeah.
And I see our ranks getting stronger.
I see it too. Yep.
And obviously the intercultural marriage accelerates that.
Yeah.
Because then we start having uncomfortable conversations with their side and our side.
Yep.
And I see a good future for us, to be honest. I don't think in 100 years we'll be in the same position. I'm very optimistic. But for all the people that want to keep perpetuating this whole privilege that they have, I'm very sorry. I don't consider you a fellow Latino.
Yeah. Yeah. Same here. Same here. Thank you very much, Denisse. Tell the people where they can find you if you want them to find you.
Well, whoever wants to find me on Instagram that I know, please. If I do not know you, do not send me a request, right? Or if you're a hater, just don't even bother, right? Because
Exactly.
aside from radical, I do block people.
Yeah.
But it's denise.gonzalez.villegas1 on Instagram, or Denise Gonzalez on Facebook. And
yeah, I'll have her Instagram at the description of this podcast. All right,
but
cool.
thank you everybody for listening to me. And for supporting the cause, and calling the bullshit.
Yeah. With that being said, peace, people. All right. Now that was the interview with me and Denisse. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned a little bit more about her. I hope you guys enjoyed the interview and what she brought to the table. Mind you, she's a very, very, very smart individual that brings a lot of knowledge to the table and different aspects to think about when it comes to a certain conversation. So I really enjoyed her time. I want to give her a huge shout out. I want to give her fiance a huge shout out. I want to give their relationship and the communion a huge shout out. So shout out to them. If you guys want to follow her, and if you guys are not assholes and want to follow her, her Instagram will be at the description, link down below, or if this is on the podcast, in the details section of this podcast. Now, with that being said, remember, hit me up on Instagram and Twitter at the same name, radical_Latino_, and also go to my website and donate to your boy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of new things is coming up. Just stay tuned. A lot of new things is coming up. Just stay tuned. And I'm gonna leave ya with this. I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees. With that being said, I'm gonna catch y'all later. Peace!